Ethan Klein threatened to sue me and various other people for talking about the clip of him saying that he thinks his son has giardia from just, being a toddler, putting a bunch of stuff in his mouth. And other people have noted that he's talked about his dog not being the cleanest dog. Now, it has since come out, I think, that he's saying that no one has giardia, and I guess everyone just had diarrhea, which is just like, thanks for telling us. Thanks, man. Thanks. Uh, yeah. Is that better? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just work here, man. I just watch the videos and then I laugh about the videos. That's what I do. All right. He's always been obsessed with feces for the past 15 years. No, he's just like not a very good comedian. So he relies on like really mediocre jokes, like poop jokes and like prolapsed anus jokes and whatever. Like that's just kind of what he has to make jokes about, right? How's that a reason to sue? I mean, it's not. I think from what I've seen, it's more that he wants people who are criticizing him to stop, and he's willing to do anything to get them to stop. It's more of a threat than it is anything else, right? Can you imagine being in a court arguing about how much dog shit is in his mansion? Will you stop? No, I have like annoying bitch syndrome where like I can't shut the fuck up. Yeah, I got abs. Stream the anti-slap proceedings if you can. I mean, I think it's really fucked up for Ethan Klein because he knows on some level, and I know you're watching this right now, or your slave driver wife is watching this right now. As you said, that she cracks the whip on everyone. I'm sure she's watching, or Giardia is watching, or somebody else is watching. I think he knows that he's like dry sand affecting a lot of people by being insane. And he's really mad about it, but he can't stop. Is this stream not ACAB? Like, people shouldn't just randomly call CPS on streamers. Denims, you're chill. But I mean, come on. Could you find me the part where I asked anyone to do that? Or where I condone that behavior? Or just any clip? What are you talking about, man? Not saying you asked or condoned? Then what are you saying come on to, chatter? Starting the day off with a fun chatter. Let's go. Just got to be clear on it. I haven't started talking about it yet. You want me to be clear on something we haven't started yet? All right, my bad. Jeez. Yeah. I respect you, chatter. I respect you. All right. So, shall we begin? Shall we? I think it's because you didn't condemn the other chatter. I mean, there's so many chatters in here. Which chatter? With the chatter that said Ethan thinks CPS agents don't watch his slop show to see him admit to neglect. This one? This is the TTS. Sorry, I don't immediately react to every single TTS. I apologize. I condone. Okay, my bad. Enough memes and jokes. All right. So as I was chilling at my computer yesterday, playing a little bit of Stardew Valley. That's right. I got back into Stardew Valley. I haven't played since like basically since the game came out. So there's a bunch of content and I'm playing the Stardew Valley Expanded and I'm like, whoa, wait, life is good again. Hold up. I need a little break from Marvel Rivals. I Marvel Rivaled a little too hard. Hit GM. I was like, okay. Played some GM games. I was like, this is okay. I need to take a break. I need to do something more chill. So I've been enjoying that, playing that with friends. And as I'm in the middle of my Stardew, I find out that Ethan Klein is being totally normal on his stream. I know, shocking, right? Where to start? I mean, we could start at the very beginning. I clicked and he's just talking about Hassan. I work at a hospital. I need to show the psych ward that, honestly. I mean, I think he's just like very obsessed with like making people like him. And it's not making him look great, I think. He very clearly cares a lot about like general sentiment on the internet, but you're not going to make everybody like you. In fact, when you piss off enough people and you piss off like their favorite creators, like Markiplier or Philip DeFranco or Hassan or whatever, you're going to end up with a lot of people who don't like you. But like you kind of did that to yourself. Like I don't look at H3 fans and I'm confused why they don't like me and I threaten to sue them because they don't like me. I'm like, yeah, I'm going after your favorite creator. I expect you to not like me. But he seems like really pissed off about that, which is I just don't understand. First and foremost, I must let it be known that I streamed just a few hours before this and they already had it ready to be clipped, which is like, damn, I didn't know you guys were dedicated watchers. You guys should have said something. Stop. Someone in chat can gift you a sub, okay? Just say you're a fan and that's okay. All right, just We got you, man. We got you. But more importantly, from my understanding, CPS got called to his house. There's like varying clips talking about whether or not the person that called was someone that he knew. But yeah, they're saying that like apparently the call was from someone who knew them, or at least the CPS agents that ended up showing up said that. I think it's very bizarre for him to try and blame me, even remotely. I know he's tried to blame me and like Trisha Paytas for this as well, which is very bizarre because I've never mentioned CPS once. I'm pretty like strongly against CPS because it's so underfunded and there aren't enough homes for people. I've never said to do this. I in fact say the complete opposite, which is like, don't tap the glass. Don't waste your time going and responding or commenting or even doing any of this shit. Enjoy yourself in this stream. We can all point and laugh at the guy who looks like an insane person, and then we can go on about our lives. It's a waste of your time. If you want to go bother someone, if you want to call and get something done, call your local representative. Call your local politicians. They're literally public servants. They are there to listen to you complain to them. They are there to listen to you say, I hate everything that you do. You suck at your job. Why the fuck are you in support of these bills? Why the fuck aren't you in support of these ones? That's what they're there for. So if you're going to spend your time being a hater, you should do it to your local politicians. And again, I've always said that. You can look back like years at this point. That's the only type of action that I've ever told people to engage in. Mostly, again, because I think it's a waste of your guys' time. Like going and leaving a hate comment or whatever, or giving a fuck about what this guy does. In fact, this is why people are very uncharitable in general. It's because when you are charitable, nobody notices. I've said multiple times, I'm not going to ever comment on whether or not I think that this guy, Ethan Klein, is a good father or like his relationship with his family. What I will say is it's very loser behavior to have a wife and kids and spend all your time in the editing dungeon. That's just pathetic. That's a comment on you being a pathetic loser. That you would rather spend your time editing a video that is in unbelievably poor taste, is just not well researched, just very pathetic overall, instead of spending time with your fucking family and being like, actually, I don't give a fuck about this drama. That's just you being a loser. That's just you being an internet degen loser. And if anything, honestly, with the way that this guy simps for his wife, I believe that he's a great dad. I believe that his kids ask him for whatever he wants or whatever they want, and he just gives it to them. Have you seen how hard this guy fucking just gives Hila whatever she wants? He literally doesn't fight her on anything. This guy's probably a great dad. He probably cares the most about his kids and his wife above all else.
I hope everyone is having a lovely day. And don't forget to treat yourself every now and then. DNM love DNML.
When I say great dad, I mean like puts those people in his life above everybody else. You can still be like negligent and do bad things. Like, huh? I don't think that he doesn't love his dogs. I think he's just too stupid to realize he shouldn't be feeding them cheese and then blames everyone around him. Sorry, when I say great dad, I mean asterisk cares about his family above all else, given the way that he treats his wife. Given the way that his wife can ask for literally anything, she can ask him to defend literally anything Israel has ever done. And he's like, yes, anything for you, queen. Anything for you. No, actually, honey, I love your adult toddler core outfits. I love them. They look so amazing with you. They look so amazing on you, honey. Like, I've been pretty forward on like saying, no, I don't comment on these things. I don't comment on these things. But they desperately want to pretend like I am. But this is also why so many people don't believe in being honest about things. It's because you don't get any points for honesty. Like I don't get any points for being honest about his, or like my opinions about his relationship with his family, but they get points for lying, right? Which is what's currently happening, which is why he's spreading this lawsuit nonsense. Lying is OP. I mean, I think Mike says that lying is OP. The problem is I think it's just not a good long-term strategy, so I don't do it. They spent 20 minutes talking about how honorable it is to serve in the IDF. It was deranged. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean. So anyways, moving on. Yes, CPS got called to his house for like the kids getting sick thing, which I think he's just like really mad about me in general. 1, because like Arab, 2, because woman, 3, because I won't just fold. Because he's trying to bully me. I'm not going to just fold and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm never going to say anything mean again. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't play that game. And I think it's pissed him off enough that he's now trying to connect me to the CPS thing, even though I was gone. I didn't stream for 3 days when this happened. And the stream prior to that, I didn't make any comments about CPS. Like I have nothing to do with this. I think you're just trying to pin this on the people you don't like because you can, which is very bizarre, very insane stuff. And I think I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip. You think he hates you more because you're a woman or because you're Arab? More because I'm Arab, I think. I mean, we all know what he says about like Arab people having a certain inclination for like violence. Like, he's the one who said the racist shit about Arab people and Arab Muslims specifically.
Hello, everybody. This is Ethan Klein, host of the H3 show.
Make a
It's
little loud.
Friday, March 7th, 2025. Hila's here. Hila's here, and
Hello.
special guest.
Sorry, I got to skip ahead from this stuff.
I do agree, but I still think it looks good. I think you could really pull off the soul. Listen, in our long career of being influencers in the public sphere, we've been swatted several times.
Yep.
People say, "Hey, I killed my wife and kids, and I'm in the closet, and I'm gonna kill myself."
And I put bombs around the house.
It's usually something like that, and then the helicopters come, fire trucks come, police come.
Huh?
I remember it happened where they went around the perimeter of our house and Shredder got out. It was so scary. That part was so scary. We weren't there at the time. We've also had the FBI come to our house, actually, at this point, several times. One of them being to tell us not to open any packages until
further notice.
Until further notice. Yeah. Those were all, I'm pretty sure, from more like on the right side of anti-Semitism, Nazi adjacent types of shit. And we knew that because one of the guys who doxed us, I was getting letters from the Department of Justice for like an entire year updating me on this guy's case.
Yeah.
Who's a member of, what's happening?
Fixing my camera, I think.
Oh, okay. I forget what, he was part of some neo.
But not to ruin his sniffling. Yeah. Why is he sniffling so much? I think he like got sick and he's taking some medicine for whatever he's sick with. So it's making him like sniffle. Someone said it's a tick. I mean, I know new ticks can develop, but I'm pretty sure he literally said that the sniffling was because of this, what is it called? It was caused by the medication for like his coughing because he was sick. That's what he said, I'm pretty sure. And again, I know that tics can develop, like you can develop new tics if you have Tourette's. So it doesn't really matter that he wasn't sniffling before because again, you can develop new tics, especially when he's very clearly mentally distressed and unwell, right? But yeah, it is really...
Nazi gang that was actually responsible for like assassinating people for real. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name, but it was like a real...
Yeah, there's
a name and a face.
So that's what we've been through. Although I'll say this morning, we after all these years, still getting new experiences. This morning we got a visit from Child Protective Services because I told this story on the show a few weeks ago about how when we adopted Olive, she had Giardia. And then the next day, Sonny started having diarrhea, so we suspected he might have Giardia.
Can someone who knows more about this, who's Olive? Is that the dog? That's the dog, right? Okay, so they're saying they adopted the dog with, and they were pretty sure. Let me get the wording perfectly.
He had Giardia.
Yeah, so he said that she had Giardia. They said that the dog they adopted had Giardia. Also, Oz, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Thank you.
Then the next day, Sonny started having diarrhea, so we suspected he might have Giardia. Seeing as that he's an infant, he's crawling around, he's putting everything in his mouth, etc. Makes sense, right? It's obvious. So it turned into this whole snark narrative that our house is a mess, that there's dog shit everywhere, that Sonny is eating shit and getting Giardia, and that, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And well, it culminated in somebody finally, an anonymous call went into them on the 3rd, saying that they were somebody that works at the house, and they wanted to report us because our kids are crawling around eating dog shit and getting viruses. And they were able to provide enough details because of what I said on the show to make it appear that it was somebody. He said, like, when he first showed up, he's like, it's somebody that you know who made the
I'm nearly
report.
certain every time he
And I'm
says
like,
it is because he thought about Hassan or Dennis reacting to what he says.
like, no, okay. So I mean, they used.
Stop
I
it,
mean,
Liz.
yeah, you could easily impersonate.
What's oh, sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
What's truly like despicable to me is the fact that like you hear so often that CPS like that they're not always.
They're underfunded.
Yes, and also it always like seeps through the cracks for some reason.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they were so on it here, it's like that could have gone to a family that really needed it and a child that really needed to be saved. Like
I was pretty surprised. I mean, one anonymous call. I was like, that's all it takes. But I guess the thing is, he was like, it seemed we thought it was someone who.
I can't
who you
imagine how
know.
scary.
The guy was very nice. He was a very professional, a nice young guy, very nice. At first, he's not from our world. He doesn't understand. And I tried to explain, like, this is part of this harassment campaign. We've been visited by the FBI. We've been swatted, this and that. And we talked for a while.
Weren't his fans trying to report Hassan's housekeeper? We'll get to that in a second.
Gets it. But there's certain things that I guess he has to do. So he looked all. I mean, you walked around with him. I was upset about the whole thing.
Well, yeah, I was very upset as well.
He
wanted to look at everything.
Well, the house is spotless.
He was checking the house and like, where do the dogs go potty? Because we heard that there's poop on the floor.
The house is spotless.
Our house is so clean.
I have no words. I have no words, dude. Nothing to say. Nothing to say. Oh God. I believe them. Okay. I believe them. They got a new housekeeper, and their new housekeeper really makes the place spotless. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also we literally installed this huge outdoor, I don't know how you call it. It's like a huge outdoor area connected
We
to
did
a doggy
like,
door.
yeah, because we live in an area where there are coyotes, and we did fence our house like really well. They don't really get in the
haven't seen
backyard, but for our own peace of mind, we
Yeah.
wouldn't let the dogs out unsupervised,
Hell no, in
so-
the middle of the night, especially if we're
especially in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So we set up a doggy door for them that once you exit it, you are in a totally enclosed, like a huge cage. It's not like a small cage. It's like a room.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
everybody in our house is very privileged, including the dogs and the kids. So I showed him like, yeah,
They have
we take them out. They have a
access
giant
24/7.
backyard, and then they even have this enclosure that we built just for them so they can go out safely at night. Then I showed him the kids' rooms, and he's like, oh yeah, lots of toys. And I'm like, yep, lots of toys. Then
dog shit anywhere
he
so
wanted to
far.
see Sunny. I went to show him Sunny, and he fucking woke up Sunny that was taking a nap.
He did on accident?
Not on purpose, but he wanted to take a look. And Sonny's like, they sense everything.
Yeah.
The babies can sense. And it's like, what the fuck is this stranger staring at me in my room? We looked at Sonny, then they wanted to talk to our nanny and ask questions. Who feeds the kids? Who takes care of them? Who takes them to school? And like,
What do you do when you get angry at your kids?
yeah, what do you do
when
get
a dog
I
angry?
really like that they're boasting about doing their job as rich parents. Like, wow, that's so generous of you guys. You guys take care of the children you chose to have as millionaires. Truly saints among us, man. Wow. Wow.
on the floor. And then the part that, in my opinion, crossed the line was
Brave.
like, so I'm going to visit your kids at school and ask them questions. And I says, you're not fucking doing that.
No,
I mean, we
that's
both were like, that's not happening. You're not
No.
going,
terrifying.
you are not doing that. So he agreed to come visit our
Come back
house
next week.
when the kids are at home because he needs to fucking interview our kids as a matter of procedure.
But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him,
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories. Yes, you will remember. So everyone in chat here has a collection, like 50 plus memories of when they were 3 years old. There's a wide variation across, about the mean, across methods, cohorts. The average age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years old. You're not really forming memories at 3. And it's pretty rare to be forming memories, or like memories that you will keep like at 5. Like I can remember maybe, I don't know, 5 things that happened to me, maybe.
Deanbo, do you have any idea how traumatic it is to have the authorities randomly showing up to your house at night, going through all your things, accusing you of crimes you didn't do? No one should be subjected to such treatment.
Sure, but we're talking about not cops showing up at your house. We're talking about CPS, which anyways, to begin with, 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. I think CPS should be exclusively used for family vloggers who are total fucking pieces of shit that use their kids as content. I've literally given Ethan Klein credit on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again right now, for not showing photos of his kids. I think it is actually very cool of him to try his best to not have his kids in photos, in videos. I respect that a lot. I think he's a piece of shit, and I think he's going insane and he's crazy, but I respect a lot that he doesn't bring his kids on camera and use them for content. And even like photos, I think the only photo that there is of like their kid is like the newborn baby, but like you're not going to identify an adult from a newborn baby photo. Like that, I think that's fine. I don't think that one's like reprehensible. I think that's fine. I don't believe in calling CPS against anyone because, 1, even if the situation is bad, it would be much worse to put those kids through the foster care system. CPS should only be used in instances, again, where there's like very clearly bad child abuse happening. Again, like the family vloggers, like there was that one family vlogger where they were like literally fucking handcuffing their kids to the radiator or whatever. Like, yeah, the people who are handcuffing their children, those people should have CPS called on them 1000%. These people, like, I think that there is some level of negligence happening here, and I think it's irresponsible. I don't think CPS should be called on them. I've never said that they should be called on them, and I've never approved of it, ever. I think it's embarrassing for Hila here to be like, this is so traumatic for the kids. You're trying to traumatize the children. It's like, dog, you literally, the vast majority of people are like are not remembering anything that happened to them at 3. It's just sympathy, right? It's just, she's just pulling like the IDF classic card of like, please, my life is so difficult. Please, everyone that is against us needs fucking awful experiences because we're the ones dealing with the real awful experiences. Hila did worse to Palestinian kids in the IDF. I mean, I'm sure she's thought about doing terrible things to people when she was in the IDF. I can't comment on what she has or hasn't done. She seemed really excited to go on that raid and be closer to the action.
Them, if you want to come, and I'm going to tell them that you're our friend and I'm going to be there and you can ask them question as our friend, we can do that. But like anything beyond that is not happening.
I do want to clarify that guy was very nice and understanding.
The guy was nice. I have no problem
He's
with
just
the
doing
guy.
his job, you know, but like,
it's not related.
it's kind of hard to believe that one anonymous tip can result in this fucking.
One.
Also, I'd be way more concerned about your kids being traumatized by visiting a fucking apartheid state. I mean, I think that that's like way more fucked up of a thing to like normalize the state of Israel committing a fucking genocide, taking your kids to a fucking apartheid state that you previously claimed was very dangerous and it's a very dangerous place to go, and that you would take your kids there. Like that seems way more trauma inducing. You don't seem to give a fuck about that.
An anonymous call.
The anonymous tip thing is also a lie. You can't make anonymous tips to CPS in California. I don't know if that's true or not, Kratos, but I can look it up. I only heard about the CPS thing yesterday. I didn't even know about it. This happened while I wasn't on stream. This happened on my days off when I was chillaxing, cooking, baking. I was making chocolate.
This massive waste of time and resources from a vitally underfunded, understaffed, overworked department that does really important work. But
sorry, the tangent, I found the words for it that I was struggling to find. It's just trying to garner sympathy about any situation in a way to villainize the people around you is just pathetic. When like in reality, if you think that the reason why this happened is because you're talking about your kids contracting Giardia, maybe you should stop talking about your children on stream in that way. I hold the parents accountable for that.
You hear about stories, people that actually need the help and they don't get it.
That's what Olivia was saying. Yeah.
So frequently.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I don't know. But I mean, at what point is it like, and this is something if
also,
you
they have no idea if the call is or isn't warranted without the visit. That's the whole point of the visit. I mean, again, like the only people that I think on the internet that should have CPS called on them are the family vloggers that literally abuse their kids for content. Where every single video on their channel is literally like, Billy and Mary learn how to swim, and like the entire video is about them. Like those people, 1,000,000%, like 90% of family vloggers need to have CPS show up and do wellness checks. As long as you're not using your family, like your children, for content, like you're not abusing them, putting them in front of a camera, forcing them to make content, I think it's up to the people around you to try and find that information.
Go on Reddit and you go on the snarks. This is something, and the new snark that they all migrated to is completely unmoderated. This is something that this is a narrative that they've picked up and talk about all the time. And I just wonder at what point.
In most states, if you're not a mandated reporter, you can anonymously call CPS. And anonymity is for the protection of the person making the claim so the parents or guardians can't retaliate against them. I mean, I'm sure that like the person who ends up making the call, their identity needs to be protected because, again, the parents can retaliate, especially someone like Ethan Klein who has a massive audience. But like, yeah,
I think Reddit is just waiting for me to kill myself. I genuinely, I don't know what it takes. And I think if
that is what it takes, somebody eventually will do.
I can't believe that like Ethan Klein is such a soft bitch that people criticizing him and people like clipping him saying insane shit and saying, can you believe that someone is saying this insane shit, makes him think they're trying to kill me. They're trying to get me to kill myself. Like, then what are you trying to get other people to do? The way that you talk about other people, is that what your goal is? Is that a self-report? Is that projection?
Do that, and then they'll be like, "Oh no, there's this phenomenon
We had
called
no
snark
idea.
pages."
We had no idea.
And then the journalist will write about it,
The
and they'll be
fucking
like,
journalist, by
"Can
the
you
way.
believe this phenomena of snark pages?"
The same people who are like, Ethan
Yeah.
Klein is actually in a state of psychosis.
Yeah.
He says that nobody's ever been harassed like him in the history of the internet. And actually, I'm going to interview the mods of these snark subreddits and also characterize them as heroes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, at a certain point, I just really don't understand. Again, Trisha's subreddit was ruining her life, or the snark one.
Yeah.
It was super toxic there, and she got it removed fairly easily.
You know what I would like to say too is that, like, if she actually cared about us and about other parents and children, she would tell her friends to back off. Because to me, a lot of these people are her fans. It started as Frenemies 3 for the people that remember. There was Frenemies, then there was Frenemies 2, then Frenemies
Right, I
3
forgot about all that.
was like the latest snark page. Then it became
Shout out to Frenemies 12, by the way.
a rebrand to
Oh, yeah, that was a real one. They went all
it
the way
became
up to 12.
H3 Snark. And then Israel-Palestine happened, and they
The episode before this, they literally went after Trisha. Didn't they like make fun of her fertility or something? And then like there's literally a part where Ethan's like, yeah, I'm a total huge piece of shit. Yeah, me, Ethan Klein, I'm a terrible fucking person. Didn't they literally just do that? And now they're like, I can't believe anyone would harass someone else. What?
took this like, oh, okay, actually we can pretend that we actually care about Israel-Palestine and that's our new cause. But
Despite
I'm pretty sure a lot of those people are from Trisha's days, and then they also like combined with Hassan. So it became this like axis.
Yeah, before October
all these
7th, it
people.
was
It's the axis of evil. The axis of evil. That's the axis of evil.
like pretty much just a collective of really deranged weirdos that nobody took seriously.
Yeah.
And then after October 7th, it really took off. And it started going mainstream when people like Hassan.
I wonder what words you used on October 7th that made people not like you and make the, quote, harassment take off. Their fans tried to contact her fertility clinic to reject her as a patient because they thought she shouldn't have kids. Ah, normal. Normal. Good and normal. This is a post from someone talking about mandated reporting. It was most likely their pediatrician actually who called CPS. Hi, mandated reporter here, hopping on to give my non-cracked out perspective on the H3's whole. My kids have a parasite you only get from eating feces. Why are people saying I'm a shitty parent situation? Pediatricians, which I think at this point, chat, he's since said that they didn't have Giardia. They just all had diarrhea, which is just like, man, why does anyone have this information? But continuing, it doesn't change the fact that that's what he said on air. On air, he said that his kid got Giardia, or that he was pretty sure, one of the two. Pediatricians, teachers, and school staff workers are all mandated reporters, which means if you have enough reasonable information that leads you to believe a child's safety is in danger, you must call CPS before anything happens. So if a kid is visibly disheveled, injured, or ill due to neglect/environment at home, you make a call because if anything happens to the kid, it will stay on your conscience forever. Ethan brought in his son who contracted fucking Giardia, a disease you only get from consuming shit, to his pediatrician, a mandated reporter. He doesn't think it was that pediatrician who called CPS after he heard that his kid was sick and after crawling in and eating dog shit. It doesn't make sense to him that the doctor probably lied and reassured Ethan that getting a disease from eating shit is probably something all kids get before immediately calling CPS the minute the crackhead left. That makes infinitely more sense than a random Redditor calling CPS because the whole internet is out to get you. Edits ad, hi Ethan, I saw I made it onto your Instagram. Why don't you address the multiple allegations that you're on hard drugs, abusing prescription drugs? Love to call in and bear through your coughing and sniffling fits to press you on that issue as well as other gang stalking hallucinations those drugs are causing. Hit me up. I'd love to chat. This is so bullying, dude. This message is unbelievable bullying. I mean, what they're basically saying is, don't you think it's way more likely that the doctor did that? That your pediatrician called them? than some random Redditor, which like, I do think that that seems more reasonable. Yeah. It doesn't also have to be directly eating shit, but this suggests people are not washing their hands in that house. Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it later, by the way. But all I said was that he said that his kid was crawling around, putting everything in his mouth, and then he got a disease that can only happen when you consume shit. And we all know that his dog that he got had Giardia, which causes them to shit. Like, that's not, you know, like that's what he said on his show. Like, that's not, I'm just repeating what he said. Did he actually dox this person? Oh, he just found her. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
And other people in the world started citing it and calling it out. And people like Adam McIntyre who are like, I respect Snark.
Yeah.
They're doing good work.
That's exactly like what's frustrating me with the whole internet right now.
Who's just saying that and doing that? Genuinely, I'm not asking like rhetorically. I'm asking genuinely. I've said it before. H3 Snark is just like FOMOI. It's just like TMZ. They're just people who like a little drama. They have their own Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They have their own personal lol cow that they can keep milking for lols that just never stops giving. Why would they move on? You're very funny to farm to them, Ethan Klein. I'm sorry. Be less funny to farm and they'll move on. I don't understand how anyone can like look at that and then say like the whole internet's fighting me. It's like, no, you're doing stupid shit on camera and people are making fun of you for it.
Is how everybody's such a hypocrite. And when they want, they can cite the Snark like some actual source. And then when it doesn't fit the narrative, then, you know, they'll say whatever. But yeah, I'll even ask Trisha, why don't you say something to your fans? I haven't seen her say anything, but I know how she knows how it feels. She was saying she was suicidal.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm not exactly sure how she got hers down. I've heard it.
I mean, she was saying she was suicidal. Probably that's how.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not cynical enough to lie about being suicidal like she is, but at a certain point, you know, it's like.
And I mean, when she was on the show, she talked about how she loves following the vlog squad and like following all their dramas, and she checks the Reddit all day long. I'm sure she does it with H3 Snark.
No, yeah, I'm sure that
Sorry, did she say who's doing this? Who's the she here?
I'm not exactly sure how she got hers down. I've heard it.
I mean, she was saying she was suicidal. Probably that's how.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not cynical enough to lie about being suicidal like she is, but
was that a misspeak, or did he just like insinuate that Trisha lied about being suicidal?
But at a certain point, you know, it's like.
And I mean, when she was on the show, she talked about how she loves following the vlog squad and like following all their dramas, and she checks the Reddit all day long. I'm sure she does it with H3 Snark.
No, yeah, I'm sure that
I'm sure she does. So for everybody that loves Trisha's new arc and loves to parade her.
Well, what I don't understand is.
I'm sure that's what she does. She's on Snark every day, probably. If she actually didn't like what they were doing, she would tell something to her friends to stop it.
Well,
I don't even understand what this means. She would tell something to her friends to stop it if she didn't like Snark. I
actually at first didn't even think that it was Trisha fans. I was like, this is too deranged. Like, it's been a long time. I doubt these are Trisha fans. It seems like too political. And then through our research and our informants, found out that the two main snarkers are Trisha mega fans.
Yeah, and that was a confirmation for me. I thought it was for a long time. I knew it was actually because I remember it was Frenemies 3. That's where it started. It originated from those people.
I can't imagine why fans of Trisha would not like you, Ethan Klein, and would enjoy dunking on you. The guy who's like saying she faked her fertility struggles or faked being infertile or whatever. I wonder why those people wouldn't particularly like you. I don't know why they think that this is like, Jesus, why they think that this is like some huge conspiracy against them, that everyone's collaborating against them, and not like you're being a huge piece of shit to a lot of people, and fans of those people don't like you because of it. Again, like, I would never look at a Tectone fan that hated me and be like, this must be a coordinated effort against me. It's like, no, I shit on that guy for being a dumb fucking meathead all the time. It's very reasonable that you wouldn't like me. That's very reasonable. Also, I'm 2D, which I don't think they would like.
You're right about that.
We never had a snark before. There was never
Sorry,
such a thing.
I'm not 2D. I'm 3D.
So,
and to anybody that has a problem with my opinion, that is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion based on my experience with Trisha, with frenemies, and with everything and whatever the fuck I'm going through. That is my opinion. You can disagree. You can think whatever you want.
I don't think you said anything that bad. I mean, I accused her of lying about
and I know that some people had opinions about that, and I think you're entitled to your opinion too.
Yeah, but
opinions are opinions.
I have a very
they're based on our personal experience and what we're going through.
I mean, listen, if you want someone's opinion about Trisha and Moses, I don't think there's anyone more informed to talk about them than me. You know, but anyway, listen. The ironic part about it being Trisha fans is that they've really adopted the whole genocide narrative.
Yes.
They found that was like the most effective way.
And that's the next thing that drives me so crazy. Because, like, if that's actually your cause, but you have no problem with Trisha and Moses, then what the fuck? What the fuck? She showed up to our holiday dinner dressed in IDF costume.
Is she talking about a genocide narrative?
And you're okay with that?
I mean, she's also done stuff on video where she's like, we don't care about Palestinians. We're full Jew. We're full Israel all the way. And I mean, and you want to talk about Ehud being a secretary? Moses was he was served in a combat position in the fucking Air Force.
And I don't have a problem with what he did.
No, not
but
at
you
all.
should apparently. That's my point. Apparently, you should have a problem. But you guys, some of you guys, a good portion of you are Trisha fans. So you just found a new cause to pretend that you care about.
Well, the unfortunate thing has been picked up now by Hassan.
I have no words for, like, it's truly, what a piece of shit thing to say that you're pushing the genocide narrative. Like, that is truly, like, scumbag behavior. Literally hundreds of thousands of people dead. How many maimed? How many buildings destroyed? Sorry, this pause is concerning. And that you would call this a narrative is, like, that's actually disgusting. That's actually, like, wow, dude, like, fuck you, man.
And
that's my next problem, is that people like Hassan will cite the snark like it's an actual source for something.
Yeah. No, they do.
I swear, the whole world has gone crazy.
While simultaneously, Hassan's someone who's like,
I'm sorry, I missed that. We have to go back.
Problem is that people like Hassan will cite the snark like it's an actual source for something.
When does Hassan cite the snark? At worst, maybe he's shown a clip that was on H3 Snark. But it's like a clip of you talking. It's like a clip of, like, Hila saying, oh, I was so excited to go on this raid to terrorist city Ramallah. And it happens to be posted on H3 Snark. And she's like, how could you cite them as if they're even trustworthy? How do we know that that's even me? Like, huh? You can't say some shit and then have people watch it and then say, that's not, you can't trust that. It's being posted on a site that I don't like.
Yeah. No, they do.
I swear, the whole world has gone crazy.
While simultaneously, Hassan's someone who's like, crying to live stream fails moderators to, you can't, I'm being harassed. You have to remove me. Don't talk about me. The Reddit they're obsessed over me. And it's so unfair. And it's like.
There are multiple streamers who have tried to get themselves taken off of LSF because of the harassment in LSF. I don't see how that's the same as, like, threatening to sue them and talking about showing up at Reddit's fucking front door and making the CEO's life hell. I don't know what the fuck you're talking. Those are totally different things.
Nobody gives a fuck. But someone like Adam especially, who's, like, on record being like, I respect Snark.
Adam McIntyre needs to just, like, disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like, of the lowest order.
Who?
I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that.
It's another one of their
statement, too.
enemies, I guess.
But now he's back on
Yeah,
Trisha's
he's
side.
trying to buddy up. I think he's trying to get on his own
Now
side.
he's back on her side. But I remember
never
when
said
he
any-
called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything.
And
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's
Why
disgusting.
do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn
Never.
of Satan?
It's disgusting. He's
And
a
I
piece of
mean,
shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this
Oh,
story.
the Adam
you know?
guy is someone who.
In all this BTW, everyone so graciously forgets the things she did and said about Ethan and Gila during the frenemies days. Just saying.
I missed that. I'm sorry. Let me open the. Adam was someone who called out H3 for their blatant Islamophobia. Oh. They're mad he showed they were abusing DMCA copyright and being hypocritical. Oh, okay. I'll take your guys' word for it. I don't know anything about this Adam character, so I'll take your guys' word. It doesn't really matter because, like, honestly, for them, if you're not with them, you're against them.
It's really something.
I honestly don't care anymore. I really don't care about anybody and anything. And yeah. It's an interesting place to be at mentally. But yeah, I'll talk shit about anybody. I'll talk shit about anybody. Everybody's so two-faced, so shallow in reality.
Trisha's not innocent in all of this. Everyone graciously forgets the thing that she said and did about Elon. Okay. I mean, I thought everybody knew that Trisha was like kind of a compulsive liar. She just isn't as insane as Ethan Klein is now, so she's not fun to farm in the way that like Ethan Klein is fun to farm. I don't know that anyone thinks that Trisha's like a good person. But she doesn't like spend all of her free time defending the IDF, right?
They're so shallow, surface level.
Which is why nobody really talks about
That's
her
why
in
I
this
really
context.
feel-
Yeah, friends like these.
Adam is the reason why Colleen Ballinger made her ukulele video, as he was used by her when he was a minor. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Hila sounds unwell. I mean, they're like addicted to the internet is the problem. And they're addicted to the attention, which is why they spend their free time like posting on their Instagram stories about this shit. I think it would be really cool and based of them, and I would think that they were normal if all they did was farm this content online in their show where they make money, but they do it in their free time too. That's the part that like it stops being funny and it just starts being weird.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Yeah. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times because, like, why would I not? It was crazy. It's crazy. People were shitting on you and Ian because you did OnlyFans. Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting.
Remember this, chat. Remember this. Then they get really mad about Anissa and iDubbbz for some reason. Just remember this. She stood by her because she did OnlyFans. And of course, why wouldn't I stand by you? That was an insane thing. Surely no slut shaming will happen later in this podcast.
But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me. So,
The problem.
okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine
Too hard.
and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know,
in her chat,
yeah,
Which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims is
Denim.
actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah,
Which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends with
instead.
them, then you're
The lie in question, by the way, is showing the clip of him saying what he said. About his kids, about him saying that he thinks that his kids contracted Giardia.
saying what they're saying, right?
Oh, well, that child protective service is even the worst thing. I mean, she's.
I don't
said
get why
worse
people are saying that the kids are eating shit. I mean, I'll show you the clip in a little bit.
things about you and me.
Yeah.
And I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with,
No.
with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. And I said, she's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Never responded.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, oh, he doesn't work with us anymore.
Then
But that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't.
Okay. Do you have
agree.
anything else to say for your friends, though?
Just say he doesn't.
Like-
At least say something like he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
that's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually
She thinks they
probably-
have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else?
Just so you guys understand why they're upset right now. They're upset because Anissa and iDubbbz's Creator Clash 2 editor accused Ethan Klein of killing his old dog, Shredder, because
CPS
Ethan
showed
Klein
up
had
at
said
Hila and
this.
Ethan's house to investigate them. Is that true?
Dude, the high sodium thing. I wish, dude, one thing that I wish somebody would have fucking told me that these small dogs are prone to kidneys, because I would have been so much kidney failures, because apparently like sodium is really fucking bad for their kidney. And I never heard that. And I was giving Shredder like cheese. He loves cheese. And I was always sprinkling cheese on his fucking food. And I just wish to fuck. And I'm so pissed at the stupid fucking vet too, because I took him to the fucking vet 3 times in the past year. They says, trust me on this one.
So he said this, and then again, Anissa and iDubbbz's old editor for Creator Clash 2 went on Twitter and said, just learned 2 years before Ethan's dog's death, some H3 fans voiced concerns for his chronic vomiting, pointing to kidney failure, got shunned by other fans. Ethan declined the advice, stayed course. Fast forward, dog dies of kidney failure at 6 years old. Lifespan is supposed to be about 13 years old. It was a Yorkie, I think. And basically, he's just mad at Anissa and iDubbbz for not condemning this previous editor. They want Anissa and iDubbbz to condemn Froggy Tonic, and they didn't condemn it because, one, he doesn't even edit for them anymore for reasons unrelated to this. And 2, the comments he made were unbelievably lukewarm.
Who else do we want to burn today?
Well, I've already burned these ones, actually.
I know
You're late
you
to the
already
game.
did most of the work. I'm just
You're
coming
late.
to,
You're
like-
late to the game.
I'm just coming to enjoy the party.
Let see the flames burn. I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line. What happened today that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical.
Cheddar, are you good? Oh, it was the boat guy, the guy who didn't know that the boat was oh my God, I don't know why I get into it. At a certain point in the video, he says he hopes you have a lot of money. He's not suing you for defamation, but something else most likely. Doesn't he literally say defamation in the clip? I mean, we're not there yet. I want to go in order. Half of what you're reading from chat are complete lies. Huh? What are you talking about, dude? Are you okay?
Toxic people, and it's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself,
In terms of how I see other people.
in terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it. But as soon as it's like, it's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
But
and all
the
this
minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody,
I don't know in what universe Ethan Klein thinks that Anissa, of all people, someone who's half Lebanese, would be sticking her neck out to defend two of the most IDF crazy defenders on the planet. Like, I don't know what universe you think that would be if she spoke out, that she would speak out in favor of the Israel IDF war crime simps. Like,
the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to actually sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much do you
Sorry.
actually care? If you're, isn't that the whole point? Like, if you want to speak against racism, if you want to be that good person, that activist or whatever, like, isn't the whole point that you are saying difficult things, that you're taking the difficult stance? You're not it's not about going along with the crowd and being like, I hate racists, guys. Aren't we all the best? It's about actually fucking doing the right thing when it's difficult to do.
Yeah.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and...
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to the song just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous.
Until I found out they don't have like a 5-star suite for me with private security waiting there.
I was guaranteed the presidential suite and they can't offer security. So now that I found out it's dangerous, I actually am not going. That is performative, and people still applauding him. I mean, that's evidence. That's like the most tangible evidence that he's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause. Otherwise, he'd go. He would show that he would go.
Like, people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid.
I'm playing a clip of something you said on your stream. It sounds like you're just mad that I'm playing the clip of you saying what you said.
Show that, yeah.
Getting Giarda from the dog, whatever. By the way, that's not what it was in the end. Ethan was just sharing his thoughts. What we were thinking, we were speculating. Like, you know, humans.
Well, you know, I'm very open about everything. It's part of it's part of what I decided a long time ago was an aspect of the show of how I wanted to conduct myself and how I wanted to relate to the audience is to be open as possible about every fucking thing in my life. I bring it all to the table, right? That's just like how I decided to conduct this show.
Maybe don't.
How I think it's interesting and how I can relate to real people, you know?
Yeah.
And that's part of what I do here every day. And that's part of what that story was when I was talking about how, although it's very obvious if you listen to me talking about it.
Well, to circle back to what I was saying, Anissa is a perfect example. She could tell those people, hey, you know what? That's too far. You should not say that. That's not okay. I've been to their house. Their house is clean. They treat their kids nice. I've seen them with their kids. She could say so much. And it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for saying that.
But that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is clean. They're, they're actually good people. Like that's going to get you shit.
Why won't Anissa say that our house is clean? Come on, just accuse her of anti-Semitism. You know you want to.
That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
Like that's in my opinion doing something that's difficult and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable. Is that it's not always easy. People want to stand by their principles. They want to be these heroic advocates, but they don't want to risk fucking anything. Hassan should go to Gaza. And if he doesn't, he should be severely judged by his audience for being a total fucking coward.
It's part of why I judge him. He doesn't know shit about that conflict. He's never been to Gaza, never been to Israel. He doesn't know shit about it.
No, he doesn't.
He does not. But he talks like with such authority. Oh my God. You would think he's been there like 5 times since October 7th already.
You sound like someone that needs to talk to Sam Cedar.
Yeah, Sam Cedar, another one I'm ready to burn.
By the way, Sam Cedar
Dude, I would kill for this, dude. Can we get another? Oh no, not Sam Cedar. What a nightmare. Can we get another one of those, dude? Please, please. That would be so funny.
Agrees with me. I saw a clip of him the other day being like, saying that
Well,
he's two-state.
I don't know. I
Two-state.
don't
I was
know
like,
if he agrees with you because he also like protects her son at all costs.
yeah,
So.
that's right. There's no.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to say another thing. People are saying this thing like Anissa ruined Ian. Like no,
That's pathetic.
Ian ruined Ian. Anissa ruined Anissa. Ian ruined Ian.
That's
They're both adults.
I agree.
They make their own actions. Ian sucks for the same reason right now. He could say something.
Spineless.
He could say something too. He has his own following.
Well, Ian knows us
his
better
own
than
mouth.
anyone.
He's been with us. He's seen us with our kids.
Spineless.
He could say something too. So Anissa didn't ruin Ian. That's bullshit. Like don't start thinking like that. People say that about me sometimes.
Well, I thought it was
That's
ironic.
not how it works. They're adults.
I thought it was
They're
really
adults.
ironic because we defended Anissa against these accusations that she's some corrupting force that
Right,
ruined
and
it.
I'm not going to change my mind on it. I'll still defend her on that.
Well, it's super chauvinistic thing that the internet's been talking about, and we always spoke that's just super chauvinistic and
But
fucking
unlike
gross.
Hassan, I'm not going to change my morals now because I'm not friends with her anymore. I'll still defend her on that. She did not ruin Ian. Ian can only ruin Ian.
We've learned a new word. Stop.
Regards to Ian and Nisa, I mean, obviously it's a weird situation for me, but you guys have obviously been friends a lot longer than I've known either party. But I just want to say, I do wonder if things would be different if they weren't stressed about the crater clash because of what happened last time.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
Everybody's
care.
stressed in life.
I appreciate you are.
And that's not directed at you. So
But
I'm like
I understand.
fired
No,
up.
I completely
so I'm not-
understand.
At this point, I don't care
I
about
don't want it
you.
to seem like
I
people
feel
will
like I
say
need
now I
to-
yell at
Actually,
you.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
From your point POV, our POV is like fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses.
And again, I don't. That's
I know
you guys
don't.
have your own relationship. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
And not
Listen,
this
and
is not directed at you.
they're
But if
very
this is something
nice-
that they would say, then I'll tell them I don't care because I have stress too. We all have stress. We all have shit going on. Always.
I'm very-
There's always something happening.
Listen, they're very nice. They're very gracious, nice people that like we have a lot of memories with. Me and Ian have made a ton of content together, and people that I really consider my friend. And
And you're willing to throw that all away because they aren't blindly supporting you.
we would talk
it's
about
their
private
fault.
things. We would get together. We would go hang out at our house, go for meals and stuff. And like we were really friends. But at this point, there's no room in my life for halfway friends. There's just, or even 90% friends. It's just not happening anymore. When your friends are responsible for people calling Child Protective Services, and I'm not saying she did, but you'll see in the clip that she's
in the circle.
The clip, by the way, that they show is like, I don't have words to explain how pathetic of a clip it is. For a single moment, I was like, oh, did I say something bad? And then I watched the clip and I was in awe that they even kept that in the show when it's so obvious that they're just upset. Well, Ethan is just upset because I made fun of his posture.
Of people
she's
doing it.
Yeah, then you're not my friend, and you never were, and you never will
Also,
be.
the clip that they procured, by the way, is after the CPS showed up at their door. Because, I wasn't streaming on the days that this thing happened, and there are no previous clips of me talking about CPS being involved ever.
You never will be. Yeah, but
anyone who's upset with me in chat, we're literally having a discussion about friends staying
Don't
silent.
be
So shut
upset
the
at
fuck
AB.
up.
Don't be. It's like
No, I know, I'm
it's
just-
actually a good point that
it's
you bring
funny.
up because maybe that's something they'll try to say tomorrow when we're not live. So we get to address it now.
And I love
You
when
know?
I think it's really valuable. I hate that I always have to explain this, and I hope that there comes a day when we don't. But
I know.
this is the internet. When people play devil's advocate on the show, like Dan specifically does it a lot, it's because he is actually evil. He is the devil.
Done over there.
It facilitates really valuable conversations where I can
Yes.
interface with the arguments that people are going to say when the show ends, and I can fucking talk. I can flesh out my ideas now and don't have to deal with it like
Yeah.
after the fact. You know, it's a good thing.
It makes the conversation better, actually. Like it enriches the conversation because, like Ethan said, it's something that somebody will eventually say. So we get to talk about it now before they say it.
Yeah.
I need to emphasize, and I guess I'll continue emphasizing. We are all. Everyone in this room is the good guy. There's no fucking like, I can't believe he said this. Like we're all. I promise you that everybody here in this room, in this studio, is a good person. Everyone in this room is the good guy. There's no fucking like, I can't believe he said this. Like,
Famously, the good guys constantly have to talk about how they're the good guys.
we're all. I promise you that everybody here in this room, in this studio,
We investigated ourselves and we found that we did no wrongdoing. We've committed no wrongdoing. Very, very like IDF playbook.
14 months, no brain rot.
I can't imagine a worse insult than being called a good guy by Ethan Klein. Ugh. God, don't even say those words. Ugh.
is a good person. They're on the good. They're not. You know what I mean? They're
So I
not whatever it
understand
is
he
you
got
think
Giardia from the dog and
they're
decided to
doing,
start
or
paying
whoever
her.
they're
What did the
you
dog
think
get
they're
from it?
loyal to, or whatever.
Stupidity, Islamophobia, or cheese?
Like, trust me, we're all there. These are all good people here, and they're all doing the right thing, and that's just the end of the conversation. In
Yeah,
terms
like
of
I
that.
said, this is, you guys know your guys' relationship. I don't know. I only know both parties because of you guys. But yeah, it just makes me sad. When I was with them a couple
They're
weeks ago
very-
at the event, they were asking about you guys, seeing how
Yeah.
you're doing, and then you guys were donating, to the charity. It's so.
I know. It's just like saying it only privately, but nothing publicly is just not going to cut it for me right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, and listen.
If you can't show support for me publicly, then it tells me there's a problem with you and your crowd. Like if your crowd is the kind of crowd that will not hang with you because you'll show support to me,
Listen, there's
it's
a lot
fine.
of
I'll be fine without you.
there's a lot of people that support us, but they won't say anything because they don't want to deal with the ramifications of what can only be described as like the most organized, malicious harassment campaign I've ever seen. And I know that there's some journalists at fucking
The most malicious harassment campaign I've ever seen. After calling me, Frogan, Hassan, and God knows how many other Arab people, Hamas terrorist sympathizers, and calling all of us anti-Semitic. Which is an insane, by the way, statement to make against someone else. It is a very serious accusation. And then got multiple Arab people banned for 30 days for what he knew was a joking tier list that he pretended to care about.
slate that's going to say that I need a psych eval for saying that or something.
Only, like later to say that he thinks Sabra hummus is bad. He's literally playing a video defaming Hassan 24/7. How much more aggressive can you get?
But if that, it'd be nice if they actually even asked me a question. I could kind of even, or just watch the show. I don't know. So with all that being said, I'm wondering if there's anything else to say before we watch this Denims clip.
Well, we should watch it because I feel like I'm already referencing it so much because,
Well,
yeah.
I just wanted to
Also,
say,
saying this after, we'll get into the Theo Von stuff in a sec, actually.
I know it doesn't need to be said, but you guys are truly the best parents I think I've ever seen. I know clearly this doesn't need to be said, but
Listen, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate you saying that. I think we're good parents, but even if we're not good parents, we're not, even in like the most cynical fucking paranoid delusions, we're not like calling child protective services bad. Like even the dumbest, most malicious snarker knows that.
yeah.
They know that. Right. And just like including the kids, it's just so pathetic. And it's
Rent a friend. Stop. Stop.
not just snarkers. It's here. I'll pull this
I
up.
mean, it shows you how
Stop.
shallow their actual activism is because they're willing to waste important resources on a case that they know doesn't need it.
Who is they? Who is they in this case? With the snarkers?
And by the way,
he's just
it's-
showing some.
by-
By the way, they're also making these claims without like any evidence or anything. It's very bizarre.
By the way, is Palestine free yet?
Yeah,
Trust me,
this
bro.
is really helping the cause.
The snarkers aren't pro-Palestine people. Otherwise, they would be in like a Palestine subreddit. They're anti-you.
When
Palestine.
the guy came, he said the first thing he says, "Hey man, I just want to say Palestine's
He
finally
just-
free. They're free, guys." Now, first of
Oh God, dude. Average H3 fan is just like a total fucking moron. The fake laugh. It's not delivered well. 2 out of 10 fake laugh. Boring. Get a new insult, dude. Oh my God. This is the problem with, I feel like the majority of people that try to be funny, like majority of also conservative comedian, it's just the same recycled garbage over and over and over again. Come up with something new. Come up with something new, please. And for an insult to be good, it has to hurt my feelings. This doesn't hurt my feelings. Try again. Please. You've been on Twitch since 2015 and you still can't make a good insult? Please. Oh my fucking God. How? How is it even possible? You are most likely getting sued for harassment. See harassment campaign later on when he mentioned you. He will say he hopes you have a lot of money and then ask for evidence if he can make a defamation case as well. If he thinks that he can come after me for harassment, when he literally got me banned off of Twitch for 30 days, I lost income, which is important it's important to prove that there were financial damages in either defamation or harassment cases. When he knew that it wasn't anti-Semitism, but pushed that narrative anyways, and then called me and a bunch of other Arab people anti-Semitic, when there's a bunch of clips of him saying unbelievably anti-Semitic shit, I don't think that is going to look like harassment from me to him.
First of all, let me address something. This posture is fucking insane. I don't think it's as bad as it looks. I was looking at it and I was like, my posture is not that bad.
Look at how mad he gets about me making fun of his posture.
And there's a weird thing going on where my shoulders, it looks like this is like my back, but my shoulders go like this. And like,
You know, it's not that bad, guys.
like, I mean, look, my posture is crazy, right? But it's not that bad. You can see it.
Stand on the side.
I'm leaning over like this to try to look in the camera viewer. But I
I'm
mean,
glad he wore a nice starchy shirt today to help with the camera a little bit.
it's not great posture, but it's
Well, go in front of the TV, just
Yeah,
like in the
people
photo.
they can't call you spineless. They say you have a fucked up spine, but something's going on there.
Yo,
This is my image that comes to mind.
yeah.
What was his show about before? I don't really know. This
I
image,
don't like the slide
stop.
whistle.
This is the fucking image of like what workers will look like in 2050. Stop.
Here, what do we think of this?
That's the only thing I see when Ethan.
Oh my God. How dare you?
Oh man.
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys can see why he showed this clip. He was very, very offended that I called his posture bad. And he's trying to correct the record right now. Dog, why do you think I want to give you advice on how to be funny, for starters? Chatter who said the 2 out of 10 fake laugh. You look like a trans female. Is that a better one? No, because you did the transphobia wrong, you idiot. It's trans woman. Female is representative of sex. Bro, stop. It's also not an insult, okay? It's just not a very good insult. You think if I had a dick, I wouldn't advertise it all the time? You think I wouldn't be making helicopter jokes all the time? You don't know me very well if you don't think I would be doing that. Because I absolutely would be. I'd be like, so anyways, I was helicoptering all night last night. If I had that gawk on me, fuck.
Twist to the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I kind of saw it for a sec. Quasimodo.
There's like the dude, Ethan. What do you call that? Ethute? This one?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Poot.
So we need also the persona, the Quasimodo persona, the Paradise. Thank you so much for the gift, and that's very generous of you.
Bell tower stuff.
I'm in paradise, baby. Hey, I'm in paradise. Here's Denims talking about it. Was this just from today, maybe even? Which is, hey, Gabe, what's going on, man?
By the way, like,
Hey, it's a beautiful Friday.
It is.
I'm having that crepe. What do you think of that one? Looks good.
Well, what are you eating? Let me see. I didn't
Ooh.
see it.
Oh, a crepe.
Ooh, funnel
Wait,
cake?
oh.
Crepe.
Oh, it's a crepe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a crepe, yeah.
Oh, I
My
love
first time with
crepes.
They look good.
What's inside?
Nutella, strawberries, and I think some Italian or Greek bread or something.
Can I say
Wow.
something about crepes?
Oh, here we go.
Don't you dare.
Don't. What
you
the?
dare.
I
No, the
could just
grape
tell
has
from your tone.
potential, but it doesn't. The fact that people just think that they can spread Nutella in there and call it a day, like melt some
Perfect.
chocolate in there. You know what I mean? Like try.
Okay, well, I
something.
mean, that's
like
fair.
Nutella is just a fucking spread.
That's
What's next?
perfect.
Your criticism is more of Nutella than it is of crepes. and
Yeah, you're
I
a
can accept
Nutella
that.
hater.
But
That's
like,
doesn't surprise me.
it's like table sauce. Like, how is that a fucking like gourmet treat? Like,
Oh.
melt
It's
some
not
chocolate
gourmet
in
treat.
it.
You gotta hit
melt
Midland
chocolate.
in Little Tokyo. They made there.
Good, and I'm just because that is tenth of a.
Butter
You
and
guys don't
syrup
mind,
to
do
the
you?
point.
If I
Yeah,
just
do.
skip the... Okay, there we
I'm
go.
gonna play this clip. Tell me what you think.
He's just showing the camera, his phone. He's literally standing up
An
straight.
injury he sustained.
I'm literally not.
He just needs a monumental amount of help.
Yeah, he's pretty annoying. I respect, as a fellow annoying motherfucker, I get it. But like, come on, have a limit, dog. He's literally, his back is straight over here. It's just that his neck is like all the way forward. I don't.
Standing up straight, actually.
Okay, hold on. I know we are no Denims fans here, but let her cook on that one.
I mean, people don't know what literally.
He's got the
means.
gun.
I think everybody forgot what literally means.
Well, sure.
He is literally standing up straight.
He's literally standing up
An
straight.
injury he sustained in the disinformation wars. He had to spend long hours hunched over a laptop, ignoring his children and the poop they were eating for months to deliver that powerful content puke against the most evil man to ever live.
The most fucked up thing about this clip, by the way, is that they're giving me credit for something a chatter said, which is just, it's just mean. It's just mean. Everyone knows I'm not nearly as funny as Chad is, and that's the only fucked up thing that happens in this clip.
So that's they've
It's
been
fucking
going with
stolen
that basically
valor.
for a long time. Oh yeah, Ethan's kids crawl around and eat dog
That was my TTS. I'm sorry, Dragon Army. You were robbed.
shit in their house. And then Denims hosts this and see what she says. And then now we wonder why people are calling Child Protective Services.
But they called it before I even did this stream. And again, I have to reiterate, I always tell people, don't tap the glass. If you have the energy to bother someone, go bother your local politicians. That's what they get paid for. They get paid to listen to you. They are public servants. Go bother the shit out of them. Leave them 100 voicemails. Tell them to do something. Tell them to get off their ass and actually do their fucking job. which is just objectively good advice. It's not worth your time and effort to fucking keep up with Ethan Klein's life in your personal time. That you're sitting there by yourself fucking calling CPS. You're a fucking freak and I don't want you here if you think that that's cool and fun. Unless you personally know Ethan Klein and you've been to his house and you can see that there's things happening that we don't know about, obviously then, yeah, that's different. But like, if you're just someone who exists on the internet, you just are here to have a good time and you want to take your anger out on something or your frustration, go call up your local fucking politicians, dude. Go bother the shit out of them. Go to your town hall meetings. Go do that. That is a great use of your time. Captain Sim Soldier, they have a tier 1.
And I'm sure she's going to defend it. She'll say, well, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they're whatever. What you can imagine what she'll say.
He can't even come up with anything. Just imagine this woman is as bad as I'm saying that she is.
Piker.
Also, he literally makes fun of Mike from PA about weight all the time. That's not relevant to his arguments either. Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight.
Not all the time, twice. But he is a disgusting mess of a human being. I mean, visually, he's repulsive. He's got to be one of the most visually repulsive people. And that's not a commentary on his weight. It's just a statement of fact. I mean, this is empirically tested and proven.
No one tell Ethan I'm a former fan.
He's so...
I don't want to get doxxed.
Stop, no. I think Ethan, he's gotten a lot of... I think he gets really mad that people he doesn't find attractive get to farm him. But I think it also makes him equally mad when people that are attractive farm him. I think he just gets mad that everyone farms him. So he just kind of like, he'll do like both the liberal like shaming of how could you body shame anyone ever, but then he also does like the conservative body shaming too. It's like, this clip is really funny because he just does both very quickly right after each other. He can't be consistent on it.
Oh, he's so vile that when he touches women, they physically recoil. We've seen it.
Literally, yeah.
They literally recoil, and he goes, ah!
Yeah.
We never showed that edit, huh?
Did you hear this? Zach made a Mike from PA. Hey, excuse me while I punch this guy.
I think I did last time I was here. I love
Eyes of cringe.
While I pump this couch. Let's finish.
Dude, they're not even good propagandists. Someone who didn't know anything about the show, who just saw that, they would think that you were endorsing Mike from PA. You fucking morons.
Finish this clip, yeah. So let's see how Denims handles this.
I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health, or
this is a pretty wild take.
Let me add context that I didn't think was necessary because it seems so fucking obvious if you have like any brain cells at all. His primary reason, if I'm not mistaken, for losing weight in the first place was because he wanted to be healthier for his family, which is a big reason that a lot of people lose weight in the first place because they want to be healthy and be able to see their family or their kids grow up and go to high school and go to college and not have like a lot of bad health problems later in life. It's a good reason to get healthy. I think more important than just like losing weight is maintaining a good diet, like not like diet is in dietary restriction, but diet is in like what you eat. Eating lots of good foods, lots of nutritious foods that aren't super calorie dense, and working out consistently. I think part of that is also stretching. I mean, we have science that shows that you kind of can't undo the damage that happens if you don't stretch. Like your joints, if you don't stretch, are going to be super fucked when you get older. And it's a really good idea to take care of yourself in stretching and making sure your posture is good because you just don't want to have bad back problems later in life. You don't want to do all of that stuff. If you have the money to be able to lose the weight, whichever way you lost it, whether it was Ozempic or whatever else, I don't give a fuck. You should also want to stretch and take care of your body in these other ways. And I think your lack of desire to take care of that shows someone who is mentally not the best. Because I don't know about you guys, but me and everybody else I know, if they had infinite money, not literally infinite money, but like they were millionaires, they would go all in on taking care of themselves in every way that they could. The only reason that they wouldn't is if they were too busy being obsessed about their ex that dumped them years ago. That was the criticism that I was making. But he seems to think what I'm saying is if you have bad posture, I don't like you, which doesn't make any sense at all.
Ethan is a poopy head. He also ate my younger brother's hand. Can someone please clip and send to him trying to get on his show?
How could you spread false narratives about him eating your younger brother's hand? Honestly, this is defamation. This is insane defamation. How could you do this?
If you have bad posture, you're a bad person. Bad posture, bad person.
Also, Cedar actually said that he's for a one-state solution. Ethan lied. Clip from Majority Report. Maybe we'll take a look at this in a little bit.
That's an interesting take.
Okay,
Yo, people with scoliosis are the worst, man.
This comment from Jeanette.
Also, I mean, like, I've been friends with people who have scoliosis. If you have any type of degenerative, like, back problems, those people spend a lot of time trying to correct what they can with physical therapy. Those are the people who do that the most, who stretch the most, who try and repair their back the most. I also didn't mention anything about scoliosis. I was talking about someone having the money to be able to take care of themselves in these ways and choosing to not because you're too obsessed with your fucking ex that's been over you for years. You literally said his kids were getting sick because of the dog shit everywhere. Why not just apologize? No, I pulled up the clip, which is not in the clip that they show because it was beforehand, but I just pull up the clip of him talking about it on his show. I pull this up.
Sonny's crawling around. Well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And now Ela has giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my God.
What can I do to not get it? From
Yeah,
you?
I'm trying to.
Because I'm not trying to get
Can
No,
we crank the AC, maybe?
Is it?
It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop. Are you planning on that? Well,
And he also says that the dog that they recently adopted, Olive, had giardia. I just showed that clip and then said his kids are crawling around, putting everything in their mouth, seemingly while their dog has giardia and is like having diarrhea on the floor. Don't selectively pick a clip. We all saw it. What? Are you okay, Chatter? He literally said it here. He literally said his kids contracted it. He's later said that they didn't, but in the clip here, he says that they contracted it. And the only way you can contract it is by ingesting poop. I just showed people the clip of him saying it, and then I said, can you believe he said this? I guess the chatter exploded or something. He's not responding anymore.
Sonny's crawling around.
No, not this.
I have to read it. It's too funny.
Go ahead.
What the fuck in the 2012 Coles shirt is that?
I don't want to be this one to say it, but I have to ask for
really funny. This is really funny. I'm sorry. I'm trying hard not to.
one question. And with peace and love,
Nobody have Ethan Klein make fun of my fashion sense when she makes the ugliest clothes. And the only good thing that she's ever made is shit that she stole, dude. It's designs that her and her team have stolen. Oh, God, dude.
do you have any other shirts? Can I ask that? Does she have any other shirts? She's got to have a different shirt, right?
Yeah.
It's just one. You know,
To be fair, that's a new one. We haven't seen that one yet.
That's true.
It's a new.
She already had defending. The funniest thing about this segment, by the way, is because Ethan and the crewmates, one of them will say something and the other one has to correct it. And then other times someone else will say something and then Ethan has to correct it. Again, I'm sorry, but like Ethan Klein making fun of my clothing when this is what she wears is like, I have no words. Like, I just can't. Like, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't. Adult toddler core. Anyways, back to the clip.
I mean the style.
It's a new brand.
She usually wears like the denim jacket from Lululemon. That one is brought
I don't have any denim jackets.
from 2012 archives from Karl's.
Listen, okay, I'm going to say this with kindness in my heart. You cannot say 2012 archives when you are wearing the blocky glasses that hipster girls used to wear in 2009 that no one ever thought looked good. Everyone saw them and
You don't
thought,
have any denim jackets yet. Your username
old
is
lady
Denims
librarian. Like, girl, bricks and glass houses. Bricks and glass houses, man. You could have any pair of glasses. And you're wearing the ugliest glasses that I've ever seen in my life. And you think you have the grounds to make fun of how other people dress and style themselves, man. Fuck. Dude, stop. Dude, stop. Dude, stop. Movie theater, 3D glasses typey. Girl, this is my comment to you. You have amazing skin. I don't see a single pimple. I don't even think you're wearing makeup. It looks really clear. Why are you hiding behind these ugly ass glasses? They don't look cute on you. I'm sorry nobody in your life has told you. They don't look good on you. Go get some cute, small glasses. They would look very good on you. You have very nice, clear skin. You don't even have eye bags, despite spending all of your time on the internet fucking parading around as a troll, collecting as many clips as you can for your fucking Lord and Savior, Ethan Klein. Please go get some cute glasses. Get some thin frames. You don't need all that. It just makes you look ugly. I'm telling you, it doesn't look good on you. It doesn't, okay? It really doesn't. Also, you brought this on yourself by insulting how I dress myself and style myself. So this is kind of just like, I'm just defending myself, okay? If Israel has a right to defend itself, surely.
I mentioned, yeah.
Wow.
You spotted it? I'm not
It's in
talking
the
about
chat,
the
no.
jacket. I'm just talking about like she's always wearing the same type of shirt, and
Yeah.
it seems like
Yeah.
I just wish her the best. And
He can't. He's struggling so hard to come up with an insult. He's trying really hard, but he knows he can't say what he wants to say because it contradicts them talking about supporting Anissa through doing OnlyFans, or it contradicts their progressive ideology that like women should be able to dress however they want to dress. It's also very funny to me that like I've seen a lot of people get really mad on the internet that like I'd like to dress up on stream and I like my boobs and I like to wear clothes that make my boobs look good. Like, guys, I'm an internet degen. I spend almost all of my time at my computer. My internet friends are like, you are the most introvert extrovert I've ever, like, you're the most social antisocial person I met, because you always talk about having to go and hang out with people and then how exhausted and tired you are after making plans to go hang out with people. It's like, yeah, because I need to go home and play video games. Okay, I have limited hours in the day. So because I don't really go out anywhere, I kind of don't have anywhere that I can dress up. Going to Vegas was fun for the weekend that I went because I got to dress up for it, but I don't really have anywhere that I go to dress up. So why not dress up for stream? I mean, it's like, I'm pretty sure this is within the framework of the Jordan Peterson clean your room thing, but taking care of the way that you look in the morning, it makes you feel better in the day. I like to wake up, dress up, feel like I look good, and get on camera and hang out with people. I don't, you know. The other funny thing about the comments about women showing cleavage is that they all look insane when you put them in front of normal people. You'll see like someone on Twitter be like, "Oh, why does she dress like that? Why can't she dress normally?" And it's me wearing like like a black shirt that's like a fucking long sleeve, completely covered, but there's like this much cleavage. And every response is like, "Please go outside. Oh my God, for the love of God, please go outside. Please go outside." But the last thing I think that's funny is usually these comments are directed at women for, in a way to like, besides slut shame them because they pander to men. But effectively what you're asking for is for me to pander to you, a different man. You're just saying, well, I don't like that you're dressing the way that you want to dress because I think you're pandering to a group of people that isn't me, so you should pander to me instead. Why would I ever do that? Why would I ever dress in a way that made other people happy? Why wouldn't I dress in a way that made me happy? That's fucking stupid. And this is like, genuinely, everyone else should live their life this way as well. Just dress how you want to dress. Don't tell people that they should dress differently for you. It's so bizarre that they should dress more modestly or less modestly. Dress how you want to dress. I also dress like a regular person as well. Like I really don't wear anything insane or absurd on my stream. This is all very normal clothing. I wear this when I go to hang out with family and friends. But I think it's very funny where he's like, "Isn't it weird that she always dresses this way? I just wish her the best." Asmongold has more viewers than Hassan. What do you want me to do with that? Shove it up my ass? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. Yes, we all know Hassan fell off ages ago. Are you kidding me? We've been known this, okay? Have you seen his taste in anime? Come on. That's old news, bro. Old news.
Variety is the spice of life. And, you know. What do you think, Gabe?
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. And
Commenting on how I dress and then asking Gabe, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Dog, man, come on. I don't even work here, man. Fuck."
And that's an honest man, right?
That's based.
That's based.
That's honestly the best answer you could have given, Gabe, and I appreciate you for that. You keep it real at all times. Right?
Not me finding out Deanbo was the OP
Oh, yeah,
on my
baby.
anniversary.
Is an OP hater? No, I actually like One Piece. I just haven't, I got to like episode 300 or something back when I was a huge weeb as a youngin'. And then I haven't gotten back into it since then. There's like 1,000 episodes. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm not getting into that. Can you share your anime taste? Okay, the one non-controversial anime taste that I can share that won't get me killed is that Code Geass holds up really well. Like, I'm so serious, Chad. If you've never watched Code Geass, or you watched it ages ago, go back and watch it. It's really good. The mecha fights are a little boring. Some of them are a little boring, but the plot is amazing. The characters are amazing. This is like something I judge anime really harshly on. This is the reason I'm not that big of a weeb anymore. Female characters in anime are usually written like garbage. The female characters in Code Geass are flawless. Like, they're perfect. None of them have any cringe fucking writing. Like, all of them are really well done. And they all are very different. And every character has different motivations and different ways that they want to achieve their goal. And like, there aren't massive plot holes. One thing I will say, if you're rewatching it, just go back and read. Honestly, this is what I did, and it improved my watch. I went and I read who the green-haired chick was and her lore, because they give it to you at the very end, which is like the one thing, my one gripe with the show. I think the show's better if you know who she is and what she is earlier on. Maybe on a first watch, don't. I don't know. C2, yeah. What about Free Run? Okay, I can't comment on Free Run. I've only watched 3 episodes, and I have to watch more before I make any comments, okay? All right, I have to watch more. That's all I can say right now. Hassan's DNC contact, thank you for the gift sub. I know people really like it, so when I finish it, I will give my commentary on it, all right? When I finish it, I'll give my commentary. The first 3 episodes so far haven't really sucked me in at all. I haven't really gotten invested, basically at all. So let me watch more, and then I will comment, okay? All right, anyways, moving on.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
posture or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting giardia.
Yeah, I never said the dog shit in my house. I never said the kids are eating shit. I said in the clip, which I can show you guys, but I said...
You said your dog had giardia. And you said your kids are putting everything in their mouth, which is a thing that kids do. That is what toddlers do. All I said is that your kids are crawling around in a place with a dog that has giardia, which is all stuff that you've said. Again, not this clip. I put it off to the side somewhere.
Well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And now Hila has giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my God.
What can I do to not get it? From
Yeah,
you?
I'm trying to.
Because I'm not trying to get.
Can
No,
we crank
it's-
the AC maybe?
Is it?
It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop. Are you planning on that?
Never.
Not really.
So then you're fine.
But
So
unfortunately,
the problem is,
you just told us that your poop is flowing out of your.
That's what you said on your show, Ethan. I just played the clip and then said what you said on your show.
Sonny crawls around. He's an infant. He puts everything in his mouth. That's literally what all infants do. And I speculated if it could be related, his diarrhea. Turns out, by the way, that nobody had giardia except Olive, which I have clarified on the show.
But in the show originally, the clip that I was watching and showing people was the one where you said that he has giardia. You didn't in the clip say, I think it might be this, or we're still figuring out what it is. You said he has giardia.
The show several times. Is this defamation? I mean, it's resulted in stuff like this.
Defamation is when you show a clip of what someone else said and then say, wow, this is what he said.
In the CPS coming to my house, it seems pretty severe. Just to repeat something that maliciously. But I'm more pissed that she said I'm a bad person because I have bad posture.
I mean, a podcaster, influencer, somebody that's on the computer all day with a bad posture, I've never heard of that. Like, seriously?
I'm not even going to address such a ridiculous comment. That's an insane takeaway. Actually, we're literally neurodivergent on the computer. So we're allowed to have bad posture.
Bad posture, bad people, man.
Also, I find it
She wants to do eugenics against people with scoliosis, I understand.
there's Ozempic talking
It's so
point.
funny to like say that I'm defaming him, and then in the same stream, 10 seconds later, say that, quote, she wants to do eugenics against people with scoliosis. Like, how far gone are we? Just how far gone are we?
Is insane. Like
Oh, yeah.
all of these activists call like they talk about Ozempic Ethan forever, and there's someone who is on Ozempic. If Ethan wouldn't be on Ozempic, he would tell you for sure, because
But
this is so life changing. Actually,
But even if I was, they using it as a pejorative.
yes,
And that's
the
just
problem.
That's
as
really
an
fucked up.
as an insult.
Yeah,
as an insult. Like you're a weak person because you have to take Ozempic to lose
Which is
weight.
the same argument people have made in the past about taking.
No one has said this. In fact, I think I have like a tweet from like months and months and months ago on my like alt account talking about how annoying that comment is. People make fun of you and they use the Ozempic brain to try and point to anything to absolve you of your insanity. Because no one can understand why you're losing your mind.
Psychiatric medicine.
Right.
Like, oh, you're taking pills, bro. You didn't figure that shit out yourself. It's actually the same. But somehow she would be like, oh, I would never make fun of someone for taking antidepressants. You know, God forbid. The Ozempic stuff doesn't bother me. Because I don't care. Like, I lost weight and I'm fucking stoked about it. The part that I don't like is just in general how people are
Seems to bother him.
using
Seems to bother him a little
the
bit.
taking of Ozempic to kind of to hate people. They're turning this life-changing drug into a stigma that makes you seem like you're weak, that you're
I can't
pathetic.
believe like people on the left would be doing that, you know? I feel like I
Believe
could
it.
expect that from
The
people.
only thing that we've said is that it's insane that he insults other people for their weight and looks while you were yourself an obese man who had to take a very expensive prescription drug
I
to
like
fix
your
it.
corduroy cardigan, people shy.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. This is like a diesel sweater I got recently thrifting. That was cute.
On the right, with like the kind of brain rot you can expect on the right, like no,
So much for the tolerant left. So much.
you know, same with mental health care.
I've been pretty
but-
disillusioned with the left.
Yeah.
Dealing with all this. I see like just how shallow they're not better. They do the same shit. In fact, once the whole like anti-Zionist arc came up, they started saying the same exact things.
Mm-hmm.
The same exact things. And it's like, oh man. Okay. Anyway, go on.
That's the image of someone who is not well.
It's so funny. My grandma had bad posture, that fucking bitch. My grandma had terrible posture, man. She was
I already explained this earlier. I'm not going to keep reiterating it over and over again.
worse.
So unwell.
Golly, you should have seen her hunched over. I was like, I hate this woman with her bad posture. She does not take care of herself.
Wait, what? Wait, what, Denims? Wait, what? You guys didn't know about this? Yeah. Meth-Zempic diet.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
fake love
God.
competition.
But also, like, it's about I judge people who are rich way more harshly than I judge everyday people. Like, why does your
Because I'm
mic
a
sound
communist.
rich? Why does your mic sound so fried? I don't know. I'm assuming that they're frying it themselves. I think. They're deep frying it, I think. Oh, that's where the fake laugh comment. I mean, the fake laugh comment is like a very obvious nod to Epstein fans, the Sex Pestiny fans. They're the ones that really like to use that one. So it doesn't really look good on them to be using it either, because it just makes that association stronger. It's not. It also, like, this is a problem with getting girl bullied as a kid. I get more offended at bad insults than I get actually offended at the insult. Fake laugh is just not a good insult. Like, I don't feel anything hearing the insult. It doesn't like make me feel negatively. I just think you're weird. It's also like a pretty boring insult because you can kind of say it about anyone anytime they're laughing. It doesn't actually do anything or insult you. It's like, because you can say that the laugh is ugly or annoying or shrill, and at least then you'd be insulting how the laugh sounds. But you're not even doing that, so it's just not effective at all as an insult. It's a very weird insult that's like pretty low effort. And I take offense to people being like, I'm a comedian, and that's the best they can come up with.
If you're rich, you have no excuse to have bad you have no excuse to slouch.
What?
She doesn't know, by the way, if I have scoliosis.
Wait, is she talking about the posture?
Yes. This is all about my posture. She's extrapolated that I'm a bad person, that I don't take care of myself, that I don't take care of my kids.
And she judges bad posture of rich people
I think she's
more severely?
Yeah.
She's talking about Ozempic, isn't she?
And then...
Yeah. That's why
At that last part.
No.
Okay. Let's go back. Let's roll it back. Roll it back.
Watch,
This
no
is part of the
pausing.
archive. This
Okay.
is archival.
Hold on.
Let's
No
take a look
pausing.
here.
Whenever you're ready.
Here we go.
It's doing the thing where it won't play.
Take it away, Ethan.
I'm trying to take it away. Thank you, Tom.
He's just showing the camera his phone. He's literally standing up straight.
Injury he sustained in the disinformation wars. He had to spend long hours hunched over
Dragon Army's fucking TTS.
a laptop, ignoring his children and the poop they were eating for months to deliver that powerful content puke against the most evil man to ever live.
But that's defamation. I wasn't. You think I edited content nuke on a laptop? That is
But so like
defamatory.
she lets this insane comments read out loud and she doesn't correct anything. She's like, yep.
She didn't not correct it. She co-signed it.
Mhm.
Right. I promise I'm not going to interrupt. This is archival.
He's literally standing up straight.
Injury he sustained in the disinformation wars. He had to spend long hours hunched over a laptop, ignoring his children and the poop they were eating for months.
Not again, dude. Dragon Army, stop. You got so much value out of this fucking TTS.
Deliver that powerful content puke against the most evil man to ever live, Hassan Piker.
Also, he literally makes fun of Mike from PA about weight all the time. That's not relevant to his arguments either. Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight.
I don't know.
No,
I
she
only
said
know both parties.
she judges rich people about how they take care of themselves.
I'm trying.
Okay, I'll repeat myself again because I forget that they keep looping on this argument over and over again. Yeah. This is really sad that the majority of their criticism against me is he's just mad that I made fun of his posture. Denims, Ethan needs to take better care of himself. Ethan, this evil bitch is a fake laugher. Hassan's fault. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he said years
Good
ago
morning,
that
Chat and Denims. Ethan wishes he had your posture.
and I could be mistaken, in which case someone please correct me. But I'm pretty sure he said that a big reason why he wanted to lose weight was so that he could like live healthier and that he could be there for his family, which is a pretty normal thing, I think, for a lot of people, especially when you have kids. You want to be able to be there for like them growing up, their high school, their college experience, their graduations, and you don't want to have so many health consequences later in life because you refuse to take care of yourself. Stretching, mobility, posture, back problems, those are all like in the same vein as well. You want to, if you're willing to take care of yourself in this regard when it comes to weight for your health, I think it's also reasonable that you should want to take care of yourself with regards to stretching and posture because it causes bad problems later in life. Like, and it's much harder to repair than like not working out and not eating healthy are. And then I also say that I understand, though, people who are in poverty, that's a little bit harder to take care of, right? You're already struggling and drowning in like debt or school or work or all of the above. you don't necessarily find the time to do that, but you literally have a dedicated nanny and housekeepers and a crew that produces your show for you. You should find the time to do this. The only type of person that I can imagine that wouldn't spend any effort trying to work on this thing that is good for you, for your health, is someone who's clearly very obsessed with what the internet thinks about them and hasn't moved on from their ex. That was the claim that I made, and I stand by it. I think it's salient. I think you're a fucking weirdo on the internet. And instead of like caring about yourself, you spend all your time obsessing about the people who don't like you. And I wouldn't have a problem with it again if you just did it on a show. Farm that shit for money, hell yeah. The problem is that you very clearly actually care on a serious level, which is why you're not as funny anymore. When you care too much about something, you stop being funny. And you clearly care too much about it. You're too invested, which is why you're struggling to be funny. Why other people are struggling to find you funny, despite you calling yourself a comedian. At least I don't call myself a comedian. I don't consider myself to be funny. I just want to talk about stuff online. So like, yeah, that's it. I don't know. That's the whole point. But he's just really mad about me making fun of his posture, and he's so frustrated by it that he can't understand the point that I'm making.
Hyping up Mike from PA, who is literally the picture of like, this man he is not a healthy man.
And he's also rich.
And he has money, and that man looks even less kept than I do.
And so does she probably.
Yeah.
Well, Casey Tron, that right
No,
next to him.
she is probably rich too.
Yeah.
Denims.
I hope she is.
Play the clip.
I hope she has money.
I see what she's saying.
He had to spend long hours hunched over a laptop, ignoring his children and the poop they were eating from
Play it again.
to deliver the powerful content puked against the most evil man to ever live, Hassan Piker.
Also, he literally makes fun of Mike from PA about, oh my God. And it's just, okay, this is just a pet peeve of mine. Man, how do you have a show? This is clearly, like, this is just, it's just not funny, dude. It's just not funny. That's my biggest problem again with this. It's not funny. You're just playing the same clip over and over again because you're so pissed about it, but it just makes you come off as like upset and like you care too much about it. I'm laughing my ass off, to be honest. They're so pressed. Honestly, kind of like nice of you to think that I'm a millionaire, honestly. I'm, sure, let's go with that. I'm really rich. Yeah. Sure, let's go with that. Weight all the time. That's not relevant to his arguments either. Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health or your posture or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting giardia, that's the image of someone who is not well.
This is
Contraman, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Thank you to adding to my millionaire wealth. Thank you. Friendly neighborhood Mexican, thank you for the gift sub and the tier 1. Thank you. Thank you all. I have to maintain my status as a millionaire, so keep the subs rolling, okay? How else will we remain rich, okay?
She is talking herself into a corner here. She's so dumb.
Talking herself. Dan, you're such a spineless fuck, and you're lazy as shit now. I get that you're trying desperately to keep this show together by like attacking whoever is the show's victims. But like, man, I used to respect the fuck out of you for being able to like stand up for like what's true and what's actually happening. And now you're just like, it's just pathetic, man. Oh my God. Backing myself into a corner by saying that I judge people off of their inability to maintain good posture despite being unbelievably rich and being willing to change other habits in their life for longevity and health. Like backing myself into a corner. This is what you're talking about? Is this because you're also spineless and you're mad that I'm making fun of people's posture? Like, I don't understand why. It's so bizarre to me. Wait, what? Wait, what, Denims? Wait, what?
Yeah. No, your audience is right for being like, what the fuck are you saying?
This is count number 2 of a staff member saying something, or sorry, someone on the show saying something incorrect about me, and then somebody else has to correct them. Let the clip roll.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, no. They're saying, wait, what? There's dog shit all over his house.
Oh my god.
You're so excited to shit on me, Dan, even though you've watched the clip fucking 7 times because your boss can't remember anything. You forgot somehow why I said, wait, what? You forgot that the reason I was reading those chat messages was because people didn't know about the Giardia clip. But you're just so eager and excited to fight that you don't even know what you're fighting against. You're just like fucking throwing punches into the wind.
You paused it.
So
Yeah, the chatters are saying, wait, what? They have Giardia? Yeah.
I asked you not to pause it.
She's spreading defamatory claims.
I'm spreading defamatory claims by showing people the clip of him saying that his kids got Giardia. And in the original clip, he doesn't say that he thinks that this happened. He says that they have Giardia.
Her audience is like, oh shit. Okay.
Got it. Gotcha.
Zempic diet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. But also like it's about I judge people who are rich way more harshly than I judge everyday people. Like, I'm sorry, if you're rich, which he is, and you put
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Unpause it.
I
Oh my
really
God.
hope.
That's the end
where
of
it
the fucking
stopped?
clip.
We
went through all of that, and I still don't even know.
Let's thank our sponsor, and then we can dig deeper if we want. You know.
Can we let Gabe go? Poor Gabe.
Gabe, what are your thoughts?
Thoughts, Gabe?
Well, people that take care of their posture, you know, they're good people, but sometimes even good people feel unfortunate with their health. You know, if they have poor posture, but they're a good person, it's what's the person that
Who is this? I guess the normie guy that they have.
and it's
Gabe,
good
the
or
normie?
bad. That's all. It's not what their health is.
Thank you, Gabe.
Some
Gabe,
good
thank you for having
some
more
good
moral
people have
clarity
more
than these
health
people.
problems, but they're good at heart. That's what I think.
That's right.
That's
Just to
exactly
summarize,
right.
It's what's on the inside that
Just to
counts.
summarize, you're saying that bad posture is not correlated to bad person.
No.
No correlation.
How hard was that? Gabe gets it.
It's actually intuitive.
I like that, Gabe. You never disappoint.
Me when I just make up shit that someone didn't say. Okay.
Let me see your posture,
Never.
Gabe. Can I see your posture?
Ooh.
Look at
Oh.
good man right there.
That's a very
Kind of rizzed
well,
us a little bit.
That man does charity for sure.
very well
Yeah.
written.
All right, let's let poor Gabe and I
look
assume
good,
Nick.
Gabe.
I want to say something.
Okay.
How Big Nick wants to know how's your colonoscopy?
Oh my,
And then the rest of the show doesn't really have anything. They start talking to Gabe about this guy Nick, and then they talk about some movies or something, and then
People keep asking for it, and I have a theory that you don't think it's funny.
I do think it's funny.
you don't play it.
You don't have to lie.
Though.
That's not me.
Gabe, you're the best.
and then they keep going, and then they do a sponsor for gamer subs. And then after the gamer subs thing, they kind of don't talk about anything else. And then did they ever go back to find the context? Well, that's illegal. They can't do that. And then way later on, they talk about the lawsuit. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, I had to give you guys so much fucking context first.
The gloves are off at this point, and you guys will see the effects of that as we move forward through this. But I make no apology. And I will do everything that I can to hold any of these people to justice in any possible way that I can. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to be happening. And if you guys have any other clips of Denim saying that anything about our kids and the dog thing, I would love if you guys can compile that for me.
Okay.
Just in general, if there's anyone in the audience, because I don't want to miss anything. So if you know of any, or if you want to help us look, you can send it to us on Discord, Dan?
Or throw it up on the Reddit.
I mean, if you throw it up on the Reddit or something.
Reddit, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know, because I'd love to sue her for defamation, amongst other things.
He has to know that he's Streisanding me, and he just can't resist. He just loves to fight, dude, but he can't resist. He has nothing because he said it and you're repeating his own words. This is not there's no defamation suit here. On the Giardia thing, there's no defamation suit. For me to show a clip of you saying something.
It's
Oh,
It's relatively common.
It should be. They should have found it already. But anyway.
For me to show a clip of you saying something and then saying, I can't believe he said X, Y, and Z, that's not defamation. If that was defamation, journalism would not exist. If it was defamation to paraphrase what somebody else said, newspapers would not exist.
Anyway.
What would be the point of going to court? Oh, I mean, like pieces of shit like this, they always do the same thing. It's all in an attempt to threaten people standing up to them. Man has a podcast where he talks about stuff in his life. Others repeat what the man has said about his life. Man starts to lose his mind. Makes no sense. Yeah, I mean, it's intimidation. It's just an intimidation tactic. But like, slap and anti-slap exist for a reason, right? It's for preventing frivolous lawsuits.
So she has Giardia, so we have her.
More importantly, this clip of me talking about this is happening after the CPS call or visit.
On an antibiotic, but we had to wait until Monday, which is today. We just got it today. And well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
Oh, shit.
I showed this clip and of him saying his kid is crawling around, putting everything in his mouth, and he has Giardia. I showed this clip and then said, that's a crazy thing to get on camera and admit, that your kid is crawling around, putting things in his mouth after you adopted a dog that has Giardia and like seemingly didn't quarantine them or whatever. And then he says in this clip, and you can only get Giardia by putting shit in your mouth.
Oh,
And now Hila has Giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my God.
Jeez, what can I do to not get it from you?
I'm trying to...
Because I'm not trying to get
Can
it.
we crank the AC maybe?
Is it?
It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop.
I don't know in what universe you think that you can do anything with regards to defamation here. When I'm showing something you said and saying, this is what you said.
The part of me that hates frivolous lawsuits doesn't want this to happen. The part of me that loves Denims would prefer if she doesn't have to go through something like that. But the part of me that loves content, it says, oh, sweet baby Jesus, please go through that discovery process.
Oh, Tamor, hi. Just tuned in. Are we doing scat content now? No. I don't want to do scat content, dude. No. Stop, please. Anything but that. Stop. I work at an animal hospital. Giardia is spreadable by animals eating poop. It can be spread through humans through human contact. Also loves water and it can survive in it. Well, yeah, I mean, that's why in general also he defamed himself in confusion. It's going to be really hard to have to sue himself for defamation. Also, again, I don't even know why you would talk about this. This is also why, because it's so easy to spread, this is why you should be like quarantining that dog. It sucks, but like when someone is sick or when like a pet is sick, you kind of have to quarantine them so that they can't like dirty the whole house that you're letting your kid walk around in. And then when it recovers, you can do a full fucking bleach clean of whatever room you were quarantining the dog in. And then go from there. Like, I foster animals and quarantine is normal and healthy. Well, sometimes you have to, right? I mean, when I got my cat had worms, which I don't think those were spreadable, but I did quarantine her. I did quarantine her in the bathroom. It was very sad. And I washed my hands every time after I touched her. Because it takes like her name is Wormy because she had worms when I got her. But they gave her a shot. But she still had them. So I just took care of her. I felt so bad bringing her home as a little kitten from the shelter. And she just meowed at the bathroom door all night. And I felt like a monster. I was like, I'm sorry. It's just one night. Wormy. And then I can check your stool and know that you're good. And once you're good, you can be free. I did feel like a monster doing that. It was really sad. But I gave her food and water and I gave her litter blocks. And the bathroom was relatively big, so it's not like it was teeny. But stop, you're defaming yourself by talking about Wormy's worms. Sorry, right, my bad. Then I'm gonna have to sue myself for defamation. Fuck. This also, by the way, was a really funny clip that I wanted to share with you guys. This is about him trying to sue H3.
Work.
There's no
The H3 snark subreddit.
Answer is not on social media. It's with lawyers and reporters.
My lawyer can't do fucking shit, and it's driving me crazy.
I don't know what to tell you.
They go, oh, 230, you can't do anything. Really? I can't believe that a website just allows this level of harassment, and it's just like, oh, 230, you can't fucking. That's just
230.
Section 230. They can't be held responsible for what their users post.
But
work.
There's no.
And then, apparently later in the podcast,
To do. I will go and I will fucking.
Ethan Klein threatens Reddit CEO in manic rant. Dude, NSR, you're fucked. Comrade Casey, you're fucked. Fucked up for this, man.
I'll go there and do a show in front of their fucking office. I'll do what I have to do. I will go and I will fucking stay there as long as I need to, and I will do the show in front of Reddit headquarters and dedicate every fucking episode.
It's just hilarious that in the same episode, he's talking about suing people for defamation or harassment.
To destroying every executive officer there and dragging them to fucking hell. I will drag these people into hell with me. That's what I'm saying I'll do. Go through every fucking detail of this dude's life. I'll go there and do a show in front of their...
Yes, you look normal. Yes. You're the normal one. And on the same show, they say, everyone in this show is the good guy. We're the good guys. I'm getting word that another story has hit the Instagram stories. It's the person who said that it was probably the pediatrician who did it, who called CPS. And he says, CPS spoke with the pediatrician. Tests that Sonny's pediatrician ordered show he never had Giardia. You don't need to literally eat shit to get Giardia. You can get it from surfaces. If Olive's bum brushed on the floor, even with a clean bum, it can spread across the floor surface. Regardless, he didn't even have it. Please report this post and the entire subreddit. Reddit continues to allow and enable an unmoderated sub to target my children for real-life harassment. They are trying to get my kids taken away. Reddit does nothing. Doug, you're the one who got on your show and said your kid has you didn't say I think or I suspect. You said, so now my kid has Giardia and my dog had Giardia. And don't worry, crewmates, you can only get it if you literally eat my shit. You said that. People were repeating what you said on your show. Well, the stick and bike meme? Why would people lie about this? Why would people say that my kid had Giardia after I said my kid had Giardia? Like, dude, you're the person saying this shit. It's you. And then some snarker clip. Reddit is rejecting reports it's okay to organize to make fraudulent calls to CPS. Okay, so we reported some content. They were like, we don't see anything wrong with this. This is just someone saying, it was probably the pediatrician. Okay. We have reviewed your report. Thanks for, oh. Okay, well, yeah, basically the subreddit or Reddit was like, we don't care. Also, in like the clip where he's like threatening this the Reddit CEO, it's really funny that like even Dan is like, I don't really think that that's going to win people over.
Dedicate every fucking episode to destroying every executive officer there and dragging them to fucking hell. I will drag these people into hell with me. That's what I'm saying I'll do. Go through every fucking detail.
Such a good edit. Such a good edit. Let me see. Sorry, I have so many clips open. I'm trying to... Oh. All right. Where's the this was translated by Memory TV banner? Yeah. Sorry. Dang, it made me yawn. Sorry, my bad. They'll look after the edible hits. If the report was made by someone with knowledge of specific details, perhaps it'd be a former housekeeper who constantly had to pick up dog feces. Maybe they were worried about the kids. Total speculation. I'm just saying that there are other plausible explanations. I mean, I don't know what caused him to get on his show and say that his dog had it and also his kids had it and also he might have it and also it's transmissible only by like eating poop. I don't know what caused him to say that, but it's bizarre to me that when people are saying, hey, maybe it's this person who did it, it's this person, he's like, this is defamation. Huh? Congrats on the boost. Dude, Ethan Klein jokingly said that I sent him flowers and gave him chocolates, but I really should actually give him chocolates. I really should send him some flowers and some chocolates. I really should. I'm just worried that it'll make him really mad. Also, I don't know how I would get him the chocolates and the flowers. So maybe I'll just send like a thank you card, like an internet thank you card and like a voucher for like chocolates on the internet, like an email.
Send him a get well soon flowers.
So I mean, dude, like I can't be, I wish I was half as funny as Chad, dude. Fuck, man. Fuck, dude. Oh my God. Welcome, Red Wallpaper. That one chocolate company could hook you up? Maybe. And some cheese. Oh no, dude, no. There are cheeses that pair really well with chocolates. But then you might say, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to yawn. Stop yawning. I have energy drink. But then he might actually say like, oh my God, you guys are literally harassing me. So I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. But that's okay. In my heart, I sent it. Okay? In my heart, I sent him some chocolates and some flowers because I think he deserves it. There was one other thing that I wanted to show you guys, but I'm trying to find it right now. Ethan is showing major Mysterio energy.
Fire all the drones now!
Yeah, he doesn't look good. He looks like a crazy person. It's sad because I think he's like the only person that doesn't know that he looks like a crazy person. I think Hila knows that he looks like a crazy person, but she doesn't care because she thinks that this is worth the fight. They're fighting the good fight. No, this is the wrong. I think she's into it. I think she's into him being a crazy person on the internet. Where is it? I wanted to find the unedited version of this clip. What's this? No,
And
there's
as we're
more?
celebrating, Alfredo
Oh no. Oh no.
swoops in and eats a whole human shit of Theodore's this size. Show me. Like a whole
3 years ago, Ethan told the story in his podcast about how his first infant was effectively traumatized after watching the small family dog ingest his human feces, and then go back for. Dude, what the fuck? Why does he get on air and talk about this? This is so weird. This is so weird. This is the shit that if it happens, you make sure it never happens again, and then pretend like it never happened, and like block that memory out of your brain, dude. Fuck.
whole human shit size. And he's going back for seconds. And Hila has to wrestle out the second nug
Dude,
out
I miss E-Fat.
of his mouth. He destroyed it. He bodied the whole nug. And then Theodore notices and he starts bawling. He goes, Theodore, or he goes, Alfredo ate my poop. Alfredo ate my poop. And
he was crying?
Yeah, because it freaked him out. He's like, Alfredo ate my poop. He's like, where's my poop? Alfredo ate my poop. So me and Hila have been trying to.
Is Fredo okay? I mean, that
No, he's fine. I looked it up. They said.
What is happening? We're like, there's like a turd just chilling in the house. Why was it just what is happening? Why are there turds just chilling?
Said it's actually safe. It's fine.
Okay.
Like they'll digest it normally. And he did. He digested it.
Double digested.
He had a normal poop. He didn't puke or anything.
Maybe a training potty? Okay, maybe potty training, maybe.
Wait, so he went in the toilet and got it?
Well, he has a little baby toilet, a potty.
Okay. Shouldn't you? Maybe he just like maybe as soon as the kid pooped, then he like the dog went in immediately.
It's just a little potty like this tall that he sits on in the living room, and then when he goes potty, we take it to the bathroom and flush it together.
Right. Okay.
And so, yeah, so he just nicked it out when we were celebrating, and it was. Well, at first when we saw it, I saw him eating something, and I was like, "There's no fucking way." So I watched patiently to see, and then he started going back for seconds. And there was a whole turd missing, dude. And Hila caught him with the second turd in his mouth.
I can't believe I'm defaming Ethan Klein by showing this clip of him saying something 3 years ago. I can't believe I would do this. Just like, why would you say Then why are you sharing this story? Dude, I thought I was gross by saying that, like, I think I have like a salt deficiency and I need more salt than I struggle to get like how much salt I'm supposed to get, to the point where like when it was getting really bad and I was getting very lightheaded, I was like drinking soy sauce. And I thought I was gross for that. Like, I thought I was gross for admitting that. I was like, man, that's kind of gross. This is crazy. This is yeah, tune in on my lunch. No more eating for me. GG chat. Sorry. Sorry. My bad. Don't worry, guys. I've since gotten these like salt packets. Not like literal salt packets. They're like electrolyte packets, and they have like flavors and stuff. They're not very good, but it helps a lot with the lightheadedness. Okay, I can't seem to find it, which is really infuriating. But like, yeah, in the full clip, in the full version of him talking about suing Reddit, he like Dan even says, I don't know if it's a good idea to get I don't know that it's a good idea to get that guy on your bad side. I really wouldn't get on my show and talk about how excited I am to do that. Oh, is the last part of the show? Oh, dope. Wait.
The 2,000-pound box.
Yeah, the two.
Kamala Harris would have been any better.
I think it's a wild.
You know, the desperation, like.
Oh,
I hope. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. Because you said.
I don't believe that that's a cuttable moment, Zach. What are your thoughts?
Maybe farther back?
They could just read that.
Ah, here it is.
It explains pretty thoroughly and legally why certain posts were DMCA'd. But I promise you guys, just stand back and stand by. I don't need to get into it now, but I will explain everything at the appropriate time, which will be soon. So yeah, that's YouTube drama, 7,000 points. YouTube drama, Ethan Klein steps away from
suing Redditors is like bizarre. Wait, I think it was this clip. I don't want to be a told you so guy in chat, but my sister has POTS and oftentimes I need extra salt at intake to not have symptoms like lightheadedness, fainting, etc. I think a big problem is that I've stopped eating a lot of processed foods, which are normally really high in sodium. And maybe my body just got used to a certain level of sodium. And now that I eat I try to eat like healthier foods, I'm just not getting as much sodium as I used to. Because I'm like cooking more of my own meals and like freezing and like meal prepping more. And it's hard to get as much salt. So I think that also might be a little bit of a problem as well. But I mean, I believe it could be POTS as well. I just don't like to say that I have illnesses or, I don't know, anything without having without actually having a doctor say it, right? I don't ever want to be one of those people that's like, oh my God, I have OCD. I'm so OCD about things. And like be annoying for everyone to witness. But let's watch this.
Where's Reddit headquarters? San Francisco?
Thank you.
Maybe do this after the show.
Well, I'm saying I'll go there and do a show in front of their fucking office.
It was this one. It was this one.
I'll do what I have to do. These people are fucking with my children.
Right. Yeah.
I will go and I will fucking stay there as long as I need to, and I will do the show in front of Reddit headquarters and dedicate every fucking episode to destroying every executive officer there and dragging them to fucking hell. I will drag. That's my point. I no longer care, right? Mm-hmm. I don't care. I will drag these people into hell with me.
The good guys, by the way. The self-proclaimed good guys, by the way.
That's what I'm saying I'll do. I will.
He still, by the way, doesn't have proof that it was a Redditor that called CPS.
Go through every fucking detail of this dude's life publicly, and I will fucking...
That's probably not going to win you any favors with them.
Publicly, information, right? We got no problem.
He's just like totally blinded. You can't even listen to fucking Dan. When Dan makes a great point with like, hey, maybe talking about how you will stop at nothing and you have nothing to lose and you're all in on going after Reddit CEO Steve Huffman. I don't think that's going to win you any favors. Maybe you shouldn't do that as an idea. Maybe you shouldn't do that. And he doesn't hear a single word. He's just seeing red.
Home with public information. It's not doxing. Let's fucking find out more about Steve Huffman.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I told you I don't care, and I'm literally going to do whatever it takes to get these people to stop harassing my fucking children. Where's Reddit?
You think if you actually had a case that this clip wouldn't come up? Yeah, it's not. I mean, I already said it, but like, this is the same. Do you guys remember a while back with Tectone when there were sexual assault allegations made against him? When he, like a crazy person, went on his show and was like, you have 24 hours to rescind your comments calling me a sexual abuse. You have 24 hours. And then nothing happened because he's a fucking liar and he was just trying to threaten her. And that's why we haven't heard anything about it, despite him talking about how he was going to go after anyone that was spreading false narratives about him. And then he realized he didn't have a fucking case. He probably spoke to one lawyer and the lawyer was like, are you fucking dumb? But also, this is the guy who like parades his veteran dad and doesn't even know when fucking World War II was. And it's like, 1800? Like, that guy's not the brightest bulb in the fucking shed. No, sharpest tool in the shed. I do remember that, actually. Yeah. Yeah. But it's the same thing here, right? It's threatening legal fees and threatening legal action against someone who has less influence, power, money than you as a way of intimidating them. What I did is not defamation. I played a clip of you saying that your dog had Giardia, that your kids had it, and that you might have it, and that the only way you can get it when your crewmates were worried was if you ingest shit. And I repeated what you claimed on your show. This is very clearly just like, again, an intimidation tactic. He's already losing the slap motion on like this other case against him. He doesn't want to take this to court. He doesn't want to take this to court. Slap motions are a bitch. Especially between content creators, it's very hard to, I don't want to say prove, but it's very hard to prove that your lawsuit isn't frivolous, especially when I'm just repeating what you yourself said about your kids and your family and your home. But also, again, chat, like, I must repeat many, many times, as many times as I have to, judge me by my enemies, guys. All right? There's a reason he's so mad about me saying what I say. It's because I'm showing people the terrible shit that he's spent his past fucking year talking about, and he doesn't like it, and he wants me to stop, and he wants people who are calling him out for his bullshit to stop. You unironically have a stronger defamation case against him. He called you a rape denier. He called me a rape denier. He called me an anti-Semite. He arguably engaged in quite a bit of harassment as well. He made claims about who I've had sex with or not had sex with, and then admitted later that he was wrong. Like very, what's the term? Not negligent, but like irresponsible behavior on his show. He said, I want to do eugenics. Like, we've already seen him be Islamophobic. We already have the clips of him saying that he thinks that Arab Muslim people are uniquely violent. Like, he got me banned for a month off of false claims on anti-Semitism. Like, this is, I don't know in what universe he thinks that this is a good idea for him. He only has one strategy, which is intimidation. It's what shitty people do. they want to be able to intimidate the people around them so they can get what they want. Because he's so used to intimidating his employees and he's so used to fucking treating them like shit and just telling them what to say and what to do that I think he's like tricked himself into thinking he can do it to everyone around him and no one will stand up for themselves. Ethan doesn't have relationships with anyone that he doesn't have power over, normal guy. Yeah, and that's like another thing where like anytime you see someone who says that like they struggle to maintain friends, they don't have a lot of real ones in their life anymore, that should tell you everything you need to know. Like XQC getting on and being like, streamers are so fake, I have no friends. That's weird. A lot of other streamers don't seem to have this problem. That's bizarre. When Ethan Klein, the only people that he's friends with are his employees, like, that full throat him, like, I don't, I made so many great friends through streaming, so weird. Yeah, I've made so many friends through streaming and content in general. So, like, again, he wants to silence all of his critics. They're quick to ban in the show, in the subreddit. Then they go to snark subreddits and Ethan poisons the well and attacks them. He just wants no criticism. Yeah. The problem is that Ethan is a very classic crybaby, where he wants to be able to go after everyone in however manner he deems fit. But if anyone ever attacks him, it's like the most offensive thing that you can do. Dude, I get so sad about chatters like this because these are chatters that have like the potential to be funny. If only they could like stop being ideologues and like stop falling for nonsense on the internet. Someone's going to get you back for calling CPS. I was off for 3 days. I hosted a friend all of Thursday. All of Wednesday, I played Factorio and Stardew Valley. All of Tuesday, I was cooking and baking. And I streamed on Monday. And as you might have noticed, there are no clips from my Monday stream. There's clips from my Friday stream, which happened after the CPS call. And I've already said countless times on my show, which you should know this, you've been here enough times. I don't encourage people to tap the glass. I tell people to go, if you have anger in your heart, which is reasonable, go bother your local fucking representatives, your local politicians. That's useful. Either, if you're not having fun, go bother local politicians. You should either be spending your time living life, enjoying this amazing experience of being alive. But if you want to be upset, go be upset about local politicians. Get some change in your neighborhood. You're a bad, stupid liar. Chatter, you could be so funny. Do you know how funny this comment is? You're clearly a funny chatter. Just stop posting cringe. Miz only fights kid-sized people like Mitch Jones. That is objectively a hilarious chat message. It's hilarious. Post more of that. Stop falling for boring fucking garbage propaganda. Come on. You're better than that, chatter. Normally, I just insult chatters that say dumb things because there's no saving them. You're a savable chatter. We can save you. Okay? You can make funny comments. Come on. I'm just going to assume you're having a tough day or something, and that's why you're acting up today. But I believe in you, chatter, okay? You made your account and then immediately followed me. You're a real one, dog, okay? You're a real one. I believe in you. We can fix them, chat. We can make them cool again. We can make them cool again. Send hearts to chatter only small things. But anywho, let me see. Let me wrap up this segment. Oh, this was also something I wanted to talk about really quickly. Ethan Klein lied that Sam Teeter is for a two-state solution.
It can exist as a Jewish state as opposed to a democratic one. Like, I mean, I think, you know, and I think we'll probably have a guest on in this in terms of like, you know, the definition of Zionism is sometimes can be a little bit like sort of evasive. I don't know that I've ever really considered myself anti-Zionist per se. But if being a Zionist is to support Israel as it is currently configured, fundamentally so, that we have a tier of second-class citizens, and then also maintaining what is now appears to be a permanent occupation, not annexation. Then yes, I am an anti-Zionist. But I don't think that Israel should disappear. I don't think that they're like, but
or even like, yeah, we don't advocate for people being removed. What we want is, I think, what like Pat.
I mean, we want a state that treats its Palestinian people as fairly as it treats its Israelis.
And a lot of people, Jeff Halper of the Israeli Committee Against Housing Demolition, they say one state, democratic, and like I personally am like, yeah, if we can help that and fund peace in it, which is what the original project should have been, except the world was too nationalistic at that time to really do that.
Yes.
And we were too obsessed with borders. I mean, India was being partitioned at the same time. Like that's the world that this was formed in. If we could go back in time and say, yes, we're going to but we're not going to be expelling anybody because of demographics, and things like that, then all the money we've spent to Israel to like actually create a state that's safe for both Jewish people and.
Yeah. I mean, a two-state solution is basically just saying separate but equal. You're just going to allow the apartheid state to continue with one country in power and another country not. It's already currently a two-state with one group of people being oppressed. What about settlers? I mean, all of this is broken down by people who actually like have been researching this for like 40 plus years and honestly know a lot more than I do, and have better answers for everything. But from my understanding, from the reading I've done, the TLDR is that settlers who have moved here and or moved to Israel in the past decade or two, or maybe a little longer, who have citizenship in like America, like they're from Brooklyn, those people immediately should leave. They don't have any families in Israel. They have they didn't make a family in Israel. They have other citizenships. They came from somewhere else. There's no reason why the fuck you should be here in Israel taking over someone else's home instead of in the fucking US or Europe or wherever you're from. You should be immediately like evicted, because you have recourse. You are here explicitly and only to subject these people. Where it is, I don't want to say complicated because that's not the right word. Where there have to be made, the one area where there are allowances that need to be made are people who only have Israeli citizenship. So people who are born and raised in Israel, who like literally they don't have citizenship anywhere else. They can't go anywhere else. And those people, I think the people who are living on settler land, those people should be given fair value for whatever the property is that they stay at, in the same way that eminent domain exists in the United States. That it is the moral thing to give back those homes to the people whose like grandparents were kicked out. It should be given back. And again, in the same way that eminent domain works in the United States, you want to build a highway on these people's homes, but you want to be able to relocate them. You give them a fair value. You set them up so that they can have a life that doesn't involve continuing to occupy the West Bank, for example. You can remove the settlements in a very easy, relatively positive way for everybody. I just don't think it's very fair that like people like Ethan Klein will push this narrative that like settler children exist, so there's nothing we can do about it. Well, meanwhile, we have like we have ways to do this that isn't unfair or cruel to anyone involved. Also, for starters, all settler programs need to stop, like point blank need to stop. They've also removed Gazan settlements before. That's the other thing about Israel. They've done it before. They've relocated people before. Like, it's not this absurd notion that's like super cruel and inhumane. Like, no. Again, we do it here in the US. Because I do think that, like, if you are from a settler family and, like, you didn't choose to be born in Israel, you didn't choose to, like, grow up in this world. I don't think those people should just go fuck themselves. I think that there is a humane, empathetic way to treat people who didn't choose to be born in the middle of a conflict. I just don't think that, like, adults who move to Israel, who move into settlements, I don't think those people should be given anything. I think, no. Like, no. They're, like, literally, go the fuck back to wherever you came from. Because you are literally just making the settlements happen. That's the only reason. Ethan made an IG story. Oh my God, dude, not this. Denim says it's okay to call CPS because kids don't form memories. No, you fucking dunce. I'm saying that your IDF wife is engaging in IDF wife behavior. And instead of blaming you for getting on air and talking about how your kids are contracting Giardia, which apparently they're not, even though you said that they are, she's trying to empathy farm and say, it's going to be super traumatic for them. It's going to be super traumatic for them to have to deal with this. She's trying to empathy farm. And it's pathetic and it's disgusting. Instead of, I don't know, changing your behavior that is causing this to happen in the first place. I've seen people say that me saying that parents are responsible for the well-being of their children not getting sick, is, quote, victim blaming. Holding parents responsible for the health of their children is, quote, victim blaming. Log off, dude. Come on, dude. How many times do you have to hear that you're not well? How many times, man? It's also a straight up lie, not even just twisting of words, just lying. Yeah. You're literally responsible for your kid's health. Stop being so victim blaming. So much for the tolerant left. Unbelievable. Hi, Ethan. Hi, Giardia. Hi, guys. Everyone say hi. Christ. Now add a watermark to your stream that says, get help, Ethan. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. All right. Well... What if Ethan legally changes his name to victim? No, he changes his first name to professional and he changes his last name to victim. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ethan needs therapy really bad. No, he actually does. He actually really needs therapy. People online being mean to you, and then you feeding into it instead of, like, just stopping giving them oxygen. You're not, like, well. You need to get therapy, genuinely. I think that's the only thing that will help him. And I've given him respect for not showing his, like, children's faces and stuff and trying hard not to, like, get them into the content. I just think he should take it a step further and not talk about, like, their health. I think that's the responsible thing to do. You're capable of being responsible in this regard. You should just take it a step further. He's shown them. I mean, like, I'm sure that he's shown them, like, once in a while, but he doesn't. I think he tries pretty hard to not, like, post all over the internet on them. Because, I mean, there's going to be times where, like, for example, if your kid runs into the live stream, what are you going to do, right? Which I think that's happened at least once or twice. But he's pretty responsible about that. He should just take it a step further and be a little bit more responsible. Cease and desist. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God. I know just what to end the stream on, chat. Okay. Yo, I need to contact the mods directly. I have sensitive info that mods need to know. Mods, can I provide my theory about Ep Island here in chat? Muted for asking a question. Okay. Well, then I'll just say it. Russian interference is being run on Twitch the same way they ran it in the 2016 election. You will see it indirectly. And with that, chat, remember to touch grass. Remember to tell your friends that you love them. Remember to stay hydrated. And I will see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye.